Hello, hello, and welcome back. Streaming this time for real. You didn't see the previous attempt where I did like a 20-second stream. Okay. Finally starting my reading weekends. Reading weekends. I guess that's what I'm gonna be calling them. Sure. And I'm starting with Higurashi When They Cry. Little information here, just to be clear. I am reading this because first and foremost, I want to get into more mystery and, well, story heavy video games, especially visual novels. Because I kind of read already a lot in my free time. So, not high quality stuff, mostly like web novels and stuff like that. Anyway, last year, I think it was last year, I saw Joseph Anderson's streams of Umineko, and that was just peak. It was so damn good. And since then, I was just kind of on the fence whether I should or shouldn't read Higurashi. Especially because there's a lot of um, mixed opinion on it. Mixed opinion I can find on the internet. Both in terms of the quality and, yeah, well, mainly in terms of quality. But my standard for media is not that high, so I'm probably fine. And so, since I've, wanted to read more anyway, like here, figured, yeah, let's do that for the streaming. Other than that, I should probably say what I already know about Higurashi, which includes whatever spoilers there may be in Umineko, because I actually don't know what's going to be translatable to this. I saw two of the child characters look very similar to two of the witches in Umineko. So, there's that. I may end up talking fairly casually about stuff I know from Umineko, so I apologize in advance. But this is your spoiler warning, I guess. And I think, yeah, I definitely saw some of the anime like 15 years ago, maybe 10. Memory on that is fairly spotty, if I'm honest. Like, I remember certain characters being murdery. Like, I'm pretty sure the main girl you first meet in Higurashi, and the orange hair girl and a green hair girl being murdery. I think I remember the purple hair girl being a shrine maiden or something like that. I don't know. I usually have pretty good memory when I remember stuff. Well, pretty good selective memory. The stuff I remember pretty damn well. But the rest just gets memory hold, I guess. That said, when I go through stuff, I do tend to remember stuff, which is, I guess, usual, not unusual. Okay, last few things. I am playing this from the Steam version, however, with the 07th mod installed, which adjusts some things. Namely, it adds further sprites from the consoles, which I'll want to be using, going by what I have seen, and it changes some of the music. It adds music options. Now, regarding this, I've been told some. I've asked around to see if there's anything I should do before starting this. Some told me to go with the original music. Some told me to go with the newest ones, I guess. I think I'm gonna do a stream of one and a stream of the other and see how it goes. That's the first one. Let's go with the old one then. Anything else? Lip sync. Ah, All right, we're gonna see what that is about. Gameplay. Okay, hopefully everything here is fine. Also, this is a reading stream, so I might have to move my avatar at the end. We'll see. My clown dude. Just a dude? Clown dude? Robbie Town. And yeah, sorry for mispronunciations and butchering certain words because I am fairly sure my my grasp of the English language is okay, but I speak like shit anyway. Even my native language. Sometimes I wonder if I am dyslexic. Oh well, let's start this. Swirl. Onikushi. Demon Away chapter. Welcome to the world of Higurashi. When they cry. The Onikakushi arc will be opening, inviting you into the world. Sit back, relax, enjoy life in Hinamizawa to the fullest. The difficulty for this chapter is extremely high, but I hope you will enjoy the reward. Let's start. Well, that's a laugh. Please do not deploy yourself. Even if the world does not forgive you, I will forgive you. Please do not deploy yourself. The world does not forgive you, I will forgive you. Please tell me, what will it take for you to forgive me? Frederica Berncastle. Uh-huh, Berncastle, huh? Mm-hmm. This is a work of fiction and resembles to actual people organizations. AD 1983, the early summer of 58th year of the something era. And blood, probably. Neat. If I was going to be ripped apart anyways, my body ripped apart would have been far better. Okay, yeah, this is definitely covering. How about something like... Oh, not that. This? Whee! That work? Well, now it kind of looks like I'm creeping from up there, but I trusted her. No, I still trust her. In this very moment, I trust her. But I'm starting to realize I only wanted to trust her because I refused to accept the truth. It was as if I was trying to convince myself in such a silly, sobbing voice. And those tears making a mess of my face. That mechanical repetition sound finally stilled and everything fell silent. Only the cry of the cicadas remained annoyingly loud. And yet, I felt as if I could still hear her voice. But that's not possible. She is no longer speaking. The only one crying is me. She never cried. Even when she repeated those words over and over, she never expressed any emotion, as there were none to show. If she had no tears to shed for me, then I shouldn't need to shed any for her. Then why? This pain, my eyes getting moist, why was this happening? I still wanted to believe I hadn't been split apart. That's enough, right? Inside me, an inner voice whispered gently, my spirit has suffered enough, and countless times I've wavered, or whether I should just throw the battered thing away. Except, stubborn refused to do that, haven't I? I'd feel better if I just threw it away. Even knowing that, I choose to believe, didn't I? Only I can understand the painful struggle and appreciate it. Hey, me? I've tried more than enough. I'll acknowledge that much. So, Isn't it all right to just take the easy way out? Besides, I'm I'm not throwing it away. I'm leaving it behind with her, like flowers by a grave. Now then, calm your nerves. Even though you can feel your right arm, just lift it up. Every swing, forget a little more. The kindness made me happy. That adorable smile brought me joy. I liked petting your head. I loved how demure you were. Because this will be the last time. Because when I swing this down, I'll forget. This is my first and last who care for you. Perhaps I really did love you. Higurashi when they cry. Well then, someone's getting murdered here. Ooh, intro. Well, that was one heck of an intro. I'll be honest, I was worried there was going to be a lot of spoilers on that, but either there was not, or I am too stupid to notice them. It's exactly how I like it. Well, for one character, I kind of got a feeling what some of the intro stuff was alluding, but that's because I already kind of know it. So, not actually a spoiler, maybe, probably. Give me a moment just to check something. I just realized I never really checked if this audio level is something I checked is good with my voice. So one moment. Seems okay. As another bot, let's just swap that. Damn it! Log! Oh yeah, it's capturing my mouse. Probably shouldn't do that. Let me just adjust that. Somebody has been apologizing to me for a while now. I wonder what she's apologizing for. It felt wrong to eavesdrop, so I tried to ignore it. It had been a while since I'd last went to the city, and returned to attend the funeral of a relative. Even though I'd lived there until last month, I found the bustle of the city to be overwhelming. Those skyscrapers, the multi-lane roads, the melodious cacophony of the crosswalk, even the campaign speeches layering in front of the station felt nostalgic. The place where I live now isn't nearly as lively. There's only the chirping of locusts and babbling of brooks, and the cry of the Higurashi, the evening cicadas. Rather than making me feel lonely, that quietness had begun to instill a sense of serenity. There's nothing where I'm living now. Don't just mean that there aren't any burger joints, there aren't even vending machines. No music stores, no restaurants, no arcades. An ice cream parlor? No chance. The nearest town has some stuff like that, but it's an hour away by bike. But come to think of it, it wasn't really a big deal. There were music stores and arcades and ice cream parlors where I used to live. It wasn't like I would ever hang out at any of them. I'd lived in the city for 10 years, never once been to an ice cream parlor. I should have gone at least once. Yeah, probably. Only now that I'm starting to regret that a little. Somebody is still apologizing. Who is she apologizing to? She's apologizing so much, so just forgive her already. There's no reason anyone should ever need to apologize so much. I started to feel a bit annoyed at whoever was refusing to forgive her. No matter how bad the mistake, there's nothing that can be forgiven. There's no such thing as an irreparable mistake. I just need to be more careful next time. She's still apologizing, even now. Then, has she really done something that can be fixed? I have no idea what she's done. But if it can't be fixed, then there's all the more reason to forgive her. No matter how much she apologizes, nothing will change. But even so, she keeps apologizing with such a heartbreaking voice. Hey you, one she's apologizing to. Why don't you just go ahead and forgive her? She's apologizing in such a pathetic voice.
Keiichi, そろそろ着くぞ。
Keiichi, we're almost there.
起きなさい。
Wake up. It's finally roused from my nap by my father's prodding. It seemed the train had reached its final stop. I spent hours riding everything from the bullet train to the local routes. It's hard to believe that the landscape beyond the window and the city I was in half a day ago were in the same country. No, that they were from the same era. From there, we take a car deeper into the mountains. Alright, I'll be honest, I kind of want the mouse back on screen. I'm gonna make sure it's off screen most of the time. But the reason I want it on screen... Is it showing up right now? Password the dense son of a... I made a mistake. Whoopsie. That is a nice looking village. There is where I live now. Hinamizawa. Higurashi, when they cry. Yep, the mouse is back. Okay. I'm just gonna keep it. I can just press stuff with the keyboard, I guess. The reason I want my mouse is so I can do like, oh look, dude, who just leaves it pants hanging like that? I do sometimes. I do. Also, square clock. Even though we were approaching summer, the morning air still had a frigid bite. although in exchange you could fill your lungs up with crisp, clean air. Flipping open the window was greeting with a verdant expanse. Nothing but trees. The neighboring house was far away on the other side, so I was probably the only one enjoying the view and that air. It filled my lungs. I filled my lungs with another deep breath. I started living in Hina, Misawa. I learned that even air had its own taste. I quickly finished getting ready for school and headed downstairs for breakfast. Apparently the music's pretty nice. My mother was the only one there. My father was nowhere to be seen. He was probably up working until the early morning. Dad had a rather unconventional job as a painter. Such a laid-back profession. Get up when you want, sleep when you want, and work when you want. I was so jealous of that easygoing lifestyle. I even wrote for school that I wanted to be a painter when I grew up. Dad was ecstatic about it. It was just because it looked easy. I'd never tell him that though. Mom laid breakfast out on the table. Seaweed, pickled vegetables, raw egg, and grilled salmon. Seaweed never tried. Seems like it could be okay. Pickled vegetables, great. Raw egg, no thanks. Grilled salmon, yes please. I rate this 7 out of 10. My mom was such a good cook. It was scary. Perfect, immaculate, ideal breakfast. Unlike my dad, who didn't even know the meaning of the world's schedule, my mom never squandered any time or effort. She hummed a little tune as she brought over the miso soup. Seemed like she was in a good mood today.
こっちに引っ越してきてから圭一が早起きになって嬉しいわね。
I'm so happy you've been waking up early since we moved, Keiichi. Alright, I think the voice acting is loud. Let me just see. Voice volume.
早起きしないと朝飯を食いそびれるんだよ。
I don't get up early. I don't make it in time for your early breakfast. Yeah, I think it's still kind of loud. But I was being cute, responding with a wisecrack after being praised for being good.
ご飯はいっぱい
Full bowl of
半分くらい
rice?
でいい
Or will it be half? Or will half be enough?
山盛り。
Pile it on. First, I savored the steaming hot rice with the seaweed. After that, I covered it with the eggs. Between bites of rice, I enjoyed the crunch of pickles. Not bad at all. Oh yeah, I've seen that in anime. Like raw egg into really hot rice and then mixed together. What if the residual heat makes it at least cook enough? Oh well. Excellent as usual. Watching me clean my plate, Mom gave me a warm smile.
こっちに引っ越してきてから圭一が朝食を欠かさないんで嬉しいわね。
I'm so happy you haven't skipped breakfast ever since we moved, Keiichi. I was not a morning person when we lived in the city. I slept right until the last minute before school and rarely ate breakfast. Okay, the voice needs to be even lower. I want it to be mostly just a background thing. Let me just check this up for a moment. Yeah, I think I also want the music to be a bit lower. How about now? Maybe a tad lower. Probably means this as well. Oh well. We'll see how it goes for now. I slept right until the last minute before school and rarely ate breakfast. Same. Boycotting the breakfast Mom made me each morning was probably the only way I could protest being forced to attend cram school. Guess that was what you call my rebellious face. Wouldn't so much as look at the breakfast she woke up early every day to make. Okay, well that's just rude. If I could go back in time, I'd slap myself. Good. Mindful of the time, Mom rushed me along with a wide grin.
そろそろレナちゃんと
Is it about
待ち合わせの時間
time?
じゃない
go meet up with Rena-chan?
急いで急いで。
Hurry, hurry! Really seemed to enjoy the fact that her son was going to school with a girl. Rena is one of my classmates. She really loves looking after people, coming to meet me every day without fail. The way I looked at it, a guy my age walking to school with a girl was just lame. But well, keeping a classmate waiting for me every day wouldn't be very considerate. Seriously though, how long does Rena wait there for me every morning? Taking one last gulp of miso soup, I raced for the door.
レナちゃんにお漬物ありがとうって伝えてね。
Please thank Rena-chan for the pickles. Come to think of it, those pickles weren't store-bought, were they? If I'd known that, I would have savored them a bit more.
はいよ。
Morning! Keiichi-kun! Good morning! Reminds me of the voice actor I remember hearing. I'm pretty good at remembering this from my Urine Steinskate. Steenskate. Oh well. Well, that's a poppin'. The cheerful greeting was as fresh as the morning itself. Alright, now that we reach here, I wanted to check a few things. Is it this key? This is censorship level. This is the presets. They can change how the sprites here. Beautiful. So we have console. We have Manga Gamer, the PC one. We have the original. This is very charming, but oof. This one seems to be the one I like the most, if I'm honest. The proportions are just right, though the eyes are a bit too anime for me. This one, though, I don't know, it feels too plasticky to me. Too polished? Childlike? Not childlike. I know. Just doesn't feel right. I think I prefer this one. That said. What is this? Ah. Okay. Anything else? What other buttons do I have? Probably quick save. I apparently adjusted something called censorship mode. Let me see. Gameplay? Yeah. Who's recommended, if I remember right, so I'm gonna keep it at that. From what I saw in the FAQ. Neat. Probably never gonna touch the sprites. Oh, no, that's not true. I'm gonna probably check the sprites for each person that I see. Her cheerful greeting was as fresh as the morning itself. Are we doing something? Whoops, wrong button. I pressed space. I have to press enter.
相変わらず早いな。
You're always so early.
たまにはのんびり遊ぼう
You should
と
try
したっていい
sleeping
んだぜ。
sleeping in sometime.
寝坊したらケイチ
If I slept in, I'd keep you waiting. She's so conscientious and such a good
その
person.
時は置いてく。
If that ever happens, I'll just leave you behind. Keiichi-kun, you're so cold.
いつも待っててあげてるのに。
I'll wait for you all the time.
サクサク置いてく。
I'll leave you in the dust
キリキリ置いてく。
without looking back.
どうして冷
Why
た
are
い
you
の？
so mean? Why? And I had a slightly troubled look on her face. Going with her was rather fun because of how quickly her mood changed.
嘘。
I'm kidding. I'd wait for you. I was hoping he was kind of kidding. Otherwise, he was a jerk. But I can see myself joking like this as well, so... As long as it's an actual joke. With those words, Rena seemed relaxed. Well, unless the person was actually bothered by it too often. Her face flushed bright red. Thank you.
レナが来るまで。ずーっ
I'd
と
wait
待って
forever until you came, Rena. And now he's joking in the other
い
side.
つまでも。
No matter how long. Forever? Rena turned bright red, steam rising from her head as her brain short-circuited. She's especially weak to this sort of talk. It's quite rare to find someone this fun to tease.
レナはロマンス
Have you ever read a
は
romance
読んだこと
novel,
ある
Rena? Huh? I haven't. Never read any before. When I responded, I gathered she was interested in them, but was too embarrassed to actually buy one. I couldn't imagine what would happen if she did read one. She'd probably turn red and pass out. Oh yeah, message from Mom. She says thanks for the pickles. It was nothing. You're welcome. How were they? Not too salty? They weren't that salty. Actually, they had a pretty light flavor to them. Would have been fine to just be honest and say they were good. Apparently, I couldn't be that forthright. I'd like to ask something before that. Were you the one that pickled them, Rena? Or was it your mom? Huh? Why do you ask? Were they too salty? That didn't completely change as she began to panic frantically. Was it you, Rena? Or was it your mom? Why are you asking who made them? Why? Depending on who made them, my opinion of them might change drastically. Huh? Uh-huh? She counted frantically on her fingers, trying to remember the amount of salt she'd used to pickle them. It wasn't like I was trying to tease her, but I couldn't stop myself. Guys who take pleasure in this kind of thing are probably the worst. Guys like me. When I nervously opened and closed her mouth over and over, trying to muster response. It was me. Delicious. Huh? Pretty good, just like the last ones. They went perfectly with the rice. Her face went bright red again. It was completely spacing out. It was truly a lot of fun to teach her. Pray that Rena never gets taken advantage of by some lowlife. Keep at it, Rena. I'll train you until you handle it like an average person. Or so I decide for myself. Yeah, training your friend, your female friend, sounds like a great thing to think. Main character has a few problems, but for now it's still in the levels of okay for anime. Let's go. If we keep Mion waiting, we'll never hear the end of it. I think I know who Mion is. I think she just keeps spacing out. Otherwise, I called Rena back to reality so we could make our way to school. This strange, easily flustered girl is Rena Ryugo. I've only known her for about a month, but I've come to realize it's not just her name that's strange. Doesn't Ryugo like mean dragon or something like that? Mi-chan, good morning. Coming up next to the next rendezvous point, we saw another person waiting for us. Noticing us, she waved. Ah, finally. You two are late. Okay, this character is also one I've seen previously, or remember seeing in the anime, and it's the main reason I'm not using the main new sprites, because my god, let me just look at them. That's all? Manga Gamer. Why? Look both the angle and the breast enlargement. I'm sorry, but why? That is needlessly large for what is middle schoolers? Maybe early high school? Especially going by the original design. Still this though. Beautiful. Just beautiful. If I did art, it would be worse than this, so I can't complain, but still. Beautiful. I guess even in the originals, she does seem to have What am I comparing here? Why am I doing it? She is more endowed. When you're looking for things to compare, you just dig your own hole. Oh well. Usually, you're the one who's late. In sharp contrast to the diligent Rena, this one marched to the beat of her own drum. She's Mion Sonozaki. For what it's worth, she's a senior and head of the class.
おはようレナ
Morning, Rena.
そしてケイちゃん
And it's been a while,
お久しぶり
Kei-chan.
何年ぶりで
How many years?
2日しか休んで
It's only 2 days. Haha.
そうだっけか
You don't say.
前に会った時は
You were such a cute little tiger last time I saw you. Mion's gaze stared at my chest, then dropped something straight down, focusing on the point between my legs. So she was saying it was my crotch that was cuter back then. Oh wow. Before you ask, just to be clear, I've never actually tried to show it to her. You better not!
そうだよ立派
I've
に
grown
なったぞ
quite splendidly.
驚くぞ
You'd be surprised.
たくましくなっちゃった
Not only is he bigger, he has a little mustache now.
毎朝
Being so engorged with energy every morning is quite a problem, though.
今度見せてやるから
I'll introduce you next time, so be sure to greet him properly.
今度なんて言わないで
Don't say next time. Right now is just fine.
朝の新鮮な空気
How about letting a little guy get a breath of fresh morning air? I don't think I've ever heard talk so dirty you could smell it fouling up the morning air before. Mion sure does act like an old man sometimes.
よしわかった
Gotcha.
大公開
Time for the big reveal.
後悔する
Hope
な
you
よ
don't regret it. My hand reached for my fly. Rena began to ramble in near panic. Hey, what are you talking about?
何の話だろう
What are you talking about?
だろう
What are you talking about? Red-faced and flustered, Rena tried to play dumb. It was obvious she knew exactly what we were talking about. Alright,
どうだ
I do not remember much about Mion as a character. But apparently she's that kind of character, alright. Very easy to go overboard with that kind of character, so let's hope she does not. But remember when setting the censorship levels, that one of the things was making innuendos more normal, less perverted? So I'm guessing this is actually way worse normally. How was it?
久しぶりの
Seeing the city again. Neon switched gears, dropping the dirty talk and changing the topic to something more befitting the pleasant morning.
葬式で行っただけだぜ
I only went for a funeral. I didn't have much time.
でさ
So yeah, did you look for it?
頼んどいたやつ
That thing I asked for.
お前
You're not listening at all.
俺は葬式
I just came back from a funeral.
おもちゃ屋巡りをし
I
て
didn't have any time to look around in toy stores.
ちおもちゃ屋とホビー
Toy stores and hobby stores are completely different, you know?
特に洋物
It's really difficult to get Western stuff around here after all.
みーちゃんまたゲーム
Is it about the games again, Michan? Mio nodded proudly as Rena giggled. Yep, I wanted Kei-chan to bring me back a Westport catalog, you see. Westport was short for Western Imported Games. Using that abbreviation did make it sound pretty geeky.
そんなのまた
You can just get them
取り寄せりゃいい
to
じゃん
send you get them to send you one in the mail, can't you?
あ
Well,
そうかな
guess I have to now.
またプレイングな
Going to get another game full of hot action.
今度は
This time,
私にもわか
I like a
りや
game
すい
that's
ゲーム
easy to understand. It is a board and card game enthusiast. Now, I heard she's collected quite a lot of different ones. According to Rena, Neon's room has kind of become a museum for domestic and foreign games.
俺にもわかりそうなゲーム
Is there a
だったら
game
やら
you'd
せ
like
て
to
くれ
understand? You think I'd understand? Let me play too. Eh, of course.
ケイちゃんさえよければ
If Kei-chan is up for it, I should warn you though, we're pretty tough.
上等じゃねえか
Just what I want.
俺だって遊び100番
I'll play all sorts of
これを取るつもり
games.
はな
I
いぜ
don't intend to lose. Whoa.
じゃあ今度は
Then we'll let you into the group this time. I guess. Bristling with joy from head to toe, Rena looked back and forth between me and Mion. Mion gave her an affirmative wink, and her expression perked up even further. Yeah, Rena's... I want to say obviously has a thing for Keiichi. But maybe I am reading too much into it. I'm just gonna assume she does. Rather be wrong than not. But boys preferred playing outside more, so figure you would want to. Rena laughed happily. It was such a friendly conversation. You'd think I had moved here less than a month ago. We wouldn't have fought. I understood that they did all they could to make a transfer student like me feel at home. I'll have to try harder to fit in, so they won't feel like they have to try to make me feel welcome. I felt like if I acted a bit more open than I usually am, it should probably be about right for this place. Is that the school? Imazawa was a really small village. Not only was there only one school, but there was only one class. Damn. That class encompasses all different grades and ages. There are about 30 students at different levels, and they all study in the same class. I'm told that long ago there used to be a bigger school building and they had actual separate classes. However, it seems something happened that made it become a single class, and now it stayed that way out of tradition. I was shocked at first, but humans adapt pretty quickly. I've already gotten quite used to it. Honestly, couldn't imagine how that would work nowadays. I guess it probably still happens somewhere nowadays, but what would you do? Have each person essentially self-study? Have the teacher help point out anything they're stuck with and stuff like that? Like, instead of being in an actual class where the teacher's like at the blackboard explaining problems and stuff like that, be more like, oh, today you should do from this section to this section of the book. When you're done, try doing these problems. If you have problems, problems understanding anything, call me and I'll be right there. If I'm not helping someone else, something like that. I mean, that system could work, but feels like the more diligent students, well, will probably take to it even better than normal school. Maybe. But the ones that are less will probably get even further behind. Can't see people really wanting to pay attention that often. There's a whole thing of peer pressure of the whole class is studying. So you kind of feel like you have to study and pay attention to sometimes. And when everybody is at different ages, peer pressure kind of doesn't work quite as well. So I feel. Then again, this is Japan, and apparently they care about academics a lot more than, here. I think so. Maybe I'm just looking through the anime-looking glass, and I'm having the wrong opinion. Either way, one-class school, pretty weird. The sound of children playing started right from the morning. In such a lively mood, it felt more like a kindergarten than a proper school. Not that that was a bad thing. Mion, who had been walking in front of us up until now, suddenly let me take the lead, right in front of the classroom door. I was meant to slide the door open and enter the room first. Heh. Too bad I was gonna fall for that again. To think you'd give up the lead here. Meant for this to be a test of my skills. Mion chuckled with a hearty smirk on her face. Oh, I like this sprite. What is it, you guys? Okay, I want to see the sprites in other art styles. Oh, this one doesn't have the same energy. Kinda doesn't here either. I really like this one. Step back, Rena. It's dangerous. She's here. Huh? Then Satoko-chan is? Her name was Satoko Hojo. She was a disrespectful, impudent, bossy kid. The way she talks was annoying, but it would be immature to get worked up over just that. The real problem was this. Quite the obvious trap. A blackboard eraser wedged in the door. It's too obvious, Sadako. Hearty laugh came from beyond the door. Excellent, Kei-chan. Guess that means you win this round. No, this Sadako we're talking about. I doubt this is it. I've fallen for such an intricate trap since the day I transferred. I no longer let my guard down. Sadako liked to combine a variety of traps. Traps that were simple. Simply there to bait you into the main one. Traps that relentlessly kept coming at you like a sadistic Rube Goldberg machine. The list goes on. As well as being clever, they almost never misfire. When you least expect it, she strikes. No escape, no time to relax. By the looks of it, this eraser is normal. No rocks or anything in it. Took a pretty heavy hit from a blackboard eraser loaded with rocks on my first day. So then, why don't you just open the door and let it drop? That's what it is! That's what Sadako was after. Making me focus my attention upwards, so I lifted my hand to the door. There were thumbsticks stuck to the sliding door handle with a tape, a frightening trap, a potent and terrifying trap, concealed by using the blackboard eraser. Impressive combination, Sadako! But in the end, nothing more than the trivial machinations of a child. Assured of my victory, I threw the door open and stepped into the room. Felt something strange at my ankle. It was similar to the sensation of a jump rope catching my leg. By the time I realized she had me, hook, line, and sinker, it was already too late. I began to fall in an almost picturesque manner. Kei-chan, watch out! Stiffly, reacting to Mion's shrill warning, visited my body in mid-air before I landed on the floor. Ow, 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 ow! An inkstone filled to the brim was placed right where I would have landed. I shuddered imagining the situation had I landed on the square on it. My, what do we have here? Alright, this is the child that... one of the children, and reminds me of one of the witches in Umineko. The blonde-haired one. Well, won't say the name because... well, it doesn't matter. It's just a name. She reminds me of... oh no, the name's now missing from my brain. The Burnt Castle is the blue-haired one. And... the blonde-haired one is... uh-oh. My brain has removed the knowledge. I'm bad with names, but still, no, brain. How could you do this to me now? Give me a moment to try to remember. Burnt Castle and... now, of course, the witches... I'm going to the witches in my head. Trying to make my brain remember like that. Ah, Lamba Delta. There we go. It's a weird name, so, you know, I'm giving myself a pass. Also, let's check her sprite here. That one's alright, but don't like the eyes. She is very happy here. Different energy. This one is a bit too... she's very subdued, but also kind of a shit-eating grin. Here she is overjoyed. Here she is still pretty happy and smug about it. I'd say the first is super happy, this one is just smug, and this one is kind of conceited. Different emotions. A fair morning to you, Keiichi-san. Aren't we a little lively one this morning? Also, just want to say, fucking knew there was going to be something on the floor. I would have seen through this trap. Well, maybe I wouldn't have noticed the... what was that? Fun packs at the door? At the handle? I don't think I would have checked that. But hey, a month later, after going through a month of this, maybe. Still sprawled in the awkward position, I was greeted by a mocking voice. That was a step up from usual traps, Sadako. Oh, actually, just to check something. The backgrounds change, not here, but they do change here. I haven't the faintest idea what you mean. Oh, that is a smart one. I need to see that one. Okay, totally different energy. Also different energy. Eyes are a bit weird, admittedly. You're quite unlucky this morning. You little... Ow, 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 ow. It seemed I'd inadvertently sprained my back a little when I'd landed. Better than landing on the inkstone. Ah, that's the other one. A small hand gently rubbed my hand. Pain, pain, go away. I know that one from anime a lot. Rika. Oh yeah, I do not like her. Hair color's different. Totally different vibe. Why are all of them super blushing in the old ones? The ribbon on the first and third one are pink. This one's red, but I like the red more. Pops more with the blue hair, honestly. Also, suspenders. The small, dainty hand continued to gently stroke my hand. You don't sprain your back or anything, did you? If you rub it like this, the pain disappears. I thought about asking how rubbing my hand would help my back, but I didn't. Not so much about what you actually do, it's about the thought that counts. Yeah, thanks, Rika-chan. The pain's going away now. Yay, Rika-chan, good morning! Good morning to you, Rena. Good morning to all. Rika-chan greeted each of us with an adorable little bow. It was infectious. Rena, Mion, and I all bowed back. You're such a good kid, Rika-chan. So much better than Satoko. I glared over in the direction of Satoko, whistling while rather deliberately trying to avoid eye contact. I am the very model of a good girl. A good girl wouldn't set those nasty traps. Nothing but lies and slander. Exactly what proof. Ugh. I picked up Satoko by the back of her collar. She looked like a misbehaving cat when I didn't do this. But a cat wouldn't be setting traps. She's much harder to deal with. I am sorry. Try saying that. If you don't say it... I cocked my index finger on my thumb, letting it tremble as I brought it close to Satoko's forehead. I'm against violence! You don't even have any proof! Just so you know, my forehead flick really hurt. It can split plywood right in half. Ah! Stop! Get away from me, you beast! Okay, that sounds wrong. Don't say it that way, people will misunderstand! Exactly. Small hand tugged on the back of my shirt. She's been lonely since you were gone for 2 days. Rika-chan really is just so... How could I do anything more than being told that? I couldn't do anything more. I gently released my grip on Sadako, who at this point was on the verge of tears. She still had her eyes clamped shut as she braced herself for the forehead flick. Uah! It doesn't bother me. Uah! You mustn't cry, Sadako. Keep on fighting. Yeah. We can gently pet the head of the perf prankster friend. You would never guess those two are the same age. I think Sadako could learn a thing or million from Rika-chan. Next time, set an even more amazing trap. Wait a minute. Oh, I know this one. As she observed the scene, Rena's expression grew ecstatic as she began to swoon. Too open. Wow, Satoko-chan is crying. So cute. You can't take them away. You can't take them home. Oh, but they're so cute. You can't, no matter how cute they are. But just for a bit is fine. Is fine. Rena kept a cutesy face even as an outrageous idea spewed from her mouth. According to Mion, Rena is ridiculously weak to cute things and always tries to take them home. Object or person. Sinning is bad, but abducting people is even worse. Give it up. Then I can just looking. That should be fine, right? Right? Rena swooned over Satoko's crying form. If a girl ever goes missing in Hinamizawa, I'll be forced to turn Rena into the authorities. Forgive me, Rena. I'll be sure to bring you care packages when they put you away. The teacher's coming. Quickly, clean everything up. Satoko, the inkstone is yours, right? Just from Mion's single statement, the entire mood of the room shifted back to normal. Inkstone was bad, but the thumbtacks stuck to the door handle were an even bigger problem. Pulled the tape off, carefully making sure not to skewer myself. Even though Sadako was the one who set him up, I already had to pick up after her. By the time the teacher entered the room, the bedlam from before had been neatly tidied up. Aha! We made it in time. Rise! Attention! Mion gave out the morning commands. It's difficult being the teacher for all those different grades in one classroom. She has to teach something different to each one. But naturally, she ends up spending all her time with the younger kids. Rena and Mion, being in the highest grade in the class, end up mostly doing self-study. Figures? They even end up helping teach the younger kids, so it seems like they can never get to their own studies. They're actually way behind where my studies have progressed to. As a result, I'm pretty much taking over for the teacher and helping Rena and Mion with their studies. I guess I consider that. I guess the older ones in the class helping the younger ones, and so on, and the teacher just going helping the oldest ones, cascading kind of works. It also kind of seems like everybody would get slowed down. You're a pretty good teacher, Keiichi-kun. Also, if Keiichi was a terrible teacher, that would, be very bad. With him being the only one doing the teaching at the highest level, I guess, other than the teacher itself. Easy to understand. Rena took a breather after finishing highlighting an important section. Teaching is making me lose confidence. Makes me aware of how shallow my understanding of the subject is. That I get. They say that to teach something to someone, you need to understand it backwards and forwards. So while you're teaching us, you're getting it in your own practice. In contrast, the one person who over here is quite laissez-faire about things. For one, isn't she supposed to be in a higher grade than me? Look, Mion, this is for your own good. If you don't take this seriously, there'll be trouble later on with these marks. Not like I'm aiming to go to a prestigious school. I'll be fine as long as I pick up what I need to know from the entrance exam a little at a time. The Star into Defiance was really something else. This was a different type of relax, as someone who already knew he was going to be on the entrance exam. Mi-chan, Keiichi-kun is doing his best to teach us. We need to try hard too. You are a good and honest kid, Rena. I'll make sure you get accepted in a good school. Oh, thank you so much. Especially you, Rena. Watch this. Watch this. Private lessons. Just the two of us. Private lessons. A puff of smoke shaped like a halo popped out of Rena's head. Exactly what kind of private lesson is she fantasizing about, making her turn so red? I'd like to hear the play-by-play of that next time. While Mion was flipping through her vocabulary flashcards, she threw out a casual question. So, in the city, you have to study this much? You don't know at least this much, you can't get into university. So you study just to get into university? Well, yeah, basically. But learning this stuff won't ever come in handy in the future. Out there, you can get into university as long as your attendance is good enough. Out here. Really? Study equals etiquette exams, and the basic law of the universe so easily returned set me into a state of shock. That is right. There aren't really enough people around here to warrant weeding them out with an exam. If anyone can get into university, then there's no need to be all uptight about that stuff, right? Well, that's true, but you should at least know stuff that's common knowledge. This old geezer thinks that instead of wasting time studying pointlessly, you should be spending your precious teen years doing more meaningful things. Just too profound of a statement to simply laugh off. But since it was Mion, probably didn't actually have that deep of a meaning. In place of a chime, that sound of a principal waving a handbell drifted throughout the classroom. Hey-chan, we're done. Oh, sorry. We're done. It's a wonderful lunchtime. Hooray! My favorite time of school. In a complete 180 from the unmotivated state, Mion gave the command that signaled the end of the morning period. Keiichi-kun, let's have lunch. Might have been making a very troubled face. Kaneda smiled brightly at me. Alright! Alright, let's eat. There seemed to be different cliques even within the class. Most of them were divided up by gender and age, but our group was different. Our ages were different and we had both boys and girls. But we weren't reserved around each other. This level of openness makes a transfer student like me pretty happy. Rena and Mio pushed their desks together so they were facing each other. At the same time, Sadako and Rika-chan were slowly lugging their desks over as well. Keiichi-kun, hurry, hurry! Moving the whole desks, really? I guess they don't have, what's it called? A lunchroom? And I guess they're not next to each other? Ah, look at this background now. Isn't this here like the teacher's desk? And all these student desks are pointing the other way? This also looks like a blackboard. I guess there could be another teacher desk on the other side with another blackboard? Kind of weird, but oh well. No, this isn't a blackboard, neither is this. These are probably corkboards. Right, that makes way more sense. Good job, me. Unless everyone was together, they wouldn't even open their lunchboxes. Keiichi-san's lunchbox is most assuredly filled with nothing but bread crust, like some sort of destitute plebeian. Why don't you show it to us? Come on now! Even though Sadako was hurling insults at me, she still won't open the lid to her lunchbox until I was there. I pulled out my lunchbox swiftly and dragged my chair over to join the circle. Hey, sorry to keep you waiting. Well then, representative me, please give us the signal to start. At first, this was kinda embarrassing, but I got used to it pretty fast. At this point, I probably wouldn't even open my lunchbox if someone else was too slow. Our ages and genders may all have been different, but we were all friends. Let's eat! That's a very nice atmosphere here. The sound of our little 5-part chorus echoed beautifully throughout the classroom. Though, gotten pretty used to this group made up of all girls. Does the CG look different? Nope. Nope. I guess the CG is only in the console? Nice. Of course, there are other boys in the class, but they were a lot younger, so they were scared to approach me. Well, that's to be expected. Younger boys just see older boys as scary. Compared to the girls, well, at least these girls aren't picky. We put all the side dishes in the middle where everybody was free to pick at them. I thought girls would mind sharing a meal with a guy, so I was a bit flustered joining in. However, Mio noticed that and teased me about it. As the fruits of my effort, I can now reach over and take sides from anybody's lunch. My, isn't Sir Keiichi's lunch extravagant today? My, isn't Madame Sadako's lunch extravagant as well? The steward stuff has a nice look to it, rather trendy. The stewed. Buying into the fight with Sadako was starting. A chopstick locked in a cross counter, stabbing into each other's lunch. My, how delicious! Oh, this taro is so good. The stewed stuff is good too, even cold. After seeing my happy face, Rika-chan's expression broke into a little smile. I saved some from dinner last night. By the way, Sadako and Rika-chan's lunches were always the same. It seemed that Rika-chan makes it for both of them every day. Rika-chan made this too? These taste like mom's home cooking. I was honestly impressed. The carrot rosette aren't from a mold. They were done by hand with a knife. This is not easy to do. I guess Rika-chan is just good at this sort of thing. He's really good at sewing, laundry, and stuff like that. Amazing, right? Amazing! Rika is quite exceptional in many ways. Oh, why is this small child such an... what's it called? Ojo-sama? I think that's what it's called in anime. Such a noble. I am sus of you, little child. You are way too Lambda Delta coded. That's nothing for you to boast about. Rena's actually better at cooking than I am. Huh? Ah, well, you know. It seemed that the topic of conversation switched to Rena when she wasn't expecting it, making her blush and trip over her words. Rena's lunch still was the star of the table. Not only did it look good, it tasted good. Everyone else pulled from Rena's lunchbox consistently. Everyone liked this one so much before, so I made a lot this time. It's good, I hope. It's got high marks for me. Ah, Mion, you're taking too much. Knocking Mion's chopstick aside, I reach out trying to secure my own portion. Tako and Rika-chan reach out at the same time and struggled. And a struggle ensued. Everyone shoveled in mouthfuls after mouthful while praising it, and Rena's lunchbox was soon empty. It was kind of bad that no one thought to leave any for Rena. But Rena seemed rather satisfied as she looked on. How do you like it? Isn't Rena-san an extremely good cook too? Quite different from Keiichi-san. I said there's nothing for you to boast about. You're not different from Kei-chan, Sadako. Can you tell the difference between broccoli and cauliflower yet? I can. Sadako's face went pale. Hey, even I can tell that difference between broccoli and cauliflower, you know? Of course I can. I really can. It's really hard for her to lie. Keiichi-kun, Both taste good when they're boiled and topped with mayo, right? You top it with mayo? You shouldn't be picking on her. Me-chan too. When I hurriedly tried to follow up, but Mion laughed heartily as she drew closer to Sadako. Well, just pretend it's a little home ec lesson. Now then, Sadako, what's this? Mion lifted her chops in between. It was a piece of green stuff wrapped in bacon. But that's asparagus. Mion made eye contact with me within 0.3 seconds. I had Rika-chan's mouth covered. Finding a piece of bacon wrapped asparagus and giving her two choices. It's pretty terrible. The yellow one is cauliflower. No, wait, the green one is cauliflower. So which? Huh? Yellow cauliflower. Cauliflower is white. Guess there could be different cauliflower sorts. Or, you know, pickled or something maybe makes it yellow? Probably the yellow one is broccoli. And the blue one is cauliflower. Blue? But the green one is, do you really know which is which? How about just give up? I expected no less from the class representative. The oldest. The way she drives people into a corner just shows how much experience she has. This is just a hunch, but being brought into the Sonosaki household must be quite the ordeal. I do know. I really do. Then answer the question. I know. Ooh, ah. She finally broke down and started crying. When she acts like this, she actually starts to seem her age. Oh, so cute. I know, I'd say this is close to bullying, but eh. When I entered a state of euphoria, as Sadako bawled her eyes out. When I was in a state of bliss as she rubbed her cheeks against Sadako's head and smothered her. Wow, really, a very contented face. One that wouldn't care if the world ended right there then. Was that kind of smile. Rena, me speaking on me. Wow, cute. It's okay, Rena-chan. Oni-chan will take care of all these bad people who tease my little sister. Wish Bam Bam. Is this an actual one? Nope. Also console exclusive. It was like a flash of lightning. What was that just now? Both of Rena's fists shot out at supersonic speed, striking Mion and me squarely in our faces. Before we knew it, Mion and I were sprawled across spread eagle on the floor, staring up at the ceiling with our matching welts on our faces. This is the first time you've gotten one, right? Today, she went easy on us. Easy? You mean there's something harder than this? With that, Mion and I both slumped our heads back to the floor in unison. From now on, I'll be careful when I'm within striking distance of Rena. See, Sadako-chan, I took care of them. Oh, cute. I want to take you home. Making sure Rena couldn't see, Sadako stuck her tongue out at us. Damn it all, using Rena like a puppet. Rika-chan massaged our bruises without saying a word. Blah. Ding dong. Because Keiichi, this is where you're supposed to strike back. Say like, oh, why don't you take her home? And then she's never seen from again. Knowing how the other Umineko, how the other When They Cry games goes, that seems possible. No matter what the day had held, the last school bell always came too soon. Our shadows stretched out into the distance. Hey, Keiichi-kun. Tomorrow, do you have plans or anything? Or anything? Huh? That's such a direct question from Reina. I inadvertently blushed. If it was for a date, then wouldn't you do it more subtly? Reina saw me, lost for words, and realized that I'd misunderstood and turned red as well. No, I didn't mean it like that, you see? So apparently this wasn't what she meant. But since it's always fun when Rena's in panic, I went along with it a little. Oh really? So it wasn't meant that way. Huh? Huh? Playing it up, I slumped my shoulders, feigning dejection. Keiichi-kun, why are you disappointed? Why? Me-chan! Unable to hold it any longer, Mion slapped me on the back. I see, the old geezer never knew you could push your buttons like that. Huh? What is it? Mion was rolling on the floor, clutching his stomach, while Rena played around, completely bewildered. Couldn't help but start laughing as well. Feeling just a bit guilty, I ruffled Rena's hair. Kidding, so it was a joke. That was my fault. She really is a cute one. A joke? Since when? Huh? About halfway through? Halfway? Keiichi-kun, that means you weren't acting when you blushed at the start. Huh? That means? It was only a momentary lapse, but there was no way Mion would let such a delectable detail slip by her. Well, you see. Saying anything more was also a bad idea. In my bewildered state, I slipped further into an unfavorable position. After that, Mion continued to tease me about it for a while. All fair game. So, why are you asking me if I'm free tomorrow, Rena? What were we talking about? Had been so long that Rena had forgotten that that's how long Mion had teased me. It's just Kei-chan, you probably can't find your way around Hinamizawa by yourself yet, can you? Doesn't seem like a big place. That was true. I hate to say it, but if you blindfolded me and spun me around 3 times like we're playing pin the tail on the donkey, I wouldn't be able to tell up from down here. Yeah, I don't think I know how to get anywhere besides back and forth from school. Yes, so, you see, tomorrow we were thinking about Mi-chan and I could escort you to Hinamizawa and show you around. That would be a godsend, frankly. I was happy about the offer. You'll come, of course, right? If I'm free. You're being invited by a girl, you know. If I'm free. You're probably free anyways. If I'm free. I was being stubborn so as to not give a clear yes or no. Even though I thought it was a godsend, I'm too much of a scamp to say so upfront. Keiichi-kun, you not free? Perhaps? Rena really does just kind of repeat herself, doesn't she? Meanwhile, Mion and I had our rather sour back and forth. Rena peeked over at me hesitantly. Figuring I'd be a bit too rough on her, I just gave in. Sorry, forgive me, I apologize. I'm free. Great! The trepidation disappeared from Rena's face as it bloomed into a smile. Hey now! Seems like there's quite a difference between quite a difference between how old you are to me compared to Rena, isn't there? It seems Mion didn't care for how rude I was to her compared to how quickly I agreed with Rena. But her being annoyed was very interesting. So I pushed Rena forward, speeding up our pace to leave Mion behind. Let's go, Rena.
明日は
Maybe
二
it
人
should
で出かけ
just
よ
be
う
the
な
two of us tomorrow.
嫌味な
Leave
ミオンは
grumpy old Mion behind. Huh? Whoa, if Keiichi-kun is okay with that, then... I'm the one who came up with the idea to take him around. Don't ignore me, Keiichi Mebara.
二人きりでピクニック
Be
嬉しい
great
な
if the two of us could go on a picnic together. Should we bring a basket, right, Rena? If we bring a basket, I'll make out the food. Maybe? Don't you just ignore me too, Rena? I'll put out a village-wide circular saying that you two disappeared in the hotel district together. Ooh. Well then, I'm going home right now to start making it. Tomorrow is going to be so fun. Later, Keiichi-kun. Mi-chan, bye. Rena bounded off like she was walking on the moon. After dust settled, all that was left was me standing next to Mion sprawled out on the ground. There was a welt on her face.
大丈夫か
You alright?
ミオンとレナの
There was
立ち位
over
置
2 meters between you
2メートル
guys.
か
Since you came, they become sharper. This old Jesus body can't handle it. It'd be easier if you stopped saying stuff that makes Rena want to hit you. Or else, this will end up being Mion's slapstick comedy hour. If that happened, the results might be fatal.
くじけるなよミオ
Don't
ン
feel bad, Mion.
レナのジャブを
You're probably the only one who can dodge her jabs. It felt like it was her knee, though. Could it be that we were hanging around with an unrivaled martial arts master? Maybe someday we'll see her debut in an extreme contact sport.
レナには負けられないぞ
Can't lose to Rena. We need to train up and have our rematch. Kei-chan, you should. This old Jesus will root for you. Mion and I reaffirmed our determination to discover a way to counter Rena's infallible technique. Anyway. Oh, break time. Well, transition time. I'm a bit. New tips unlocked. We're a mixed grade and something else. Okay, sure. View new tips. This feels a bit creepy, honestly. We're a mixed grade, and we don't have a uniform. Are those like mini scenarios?
俺と同い年だった
So, Rena, we're the same grade, same age. Yes, that's right. We're the same zodiac animal too. Hey now, it would be weird if we were the same age but not the same zodiac animal. That's not true. If your birthday isn't the same, then you can have different animals if you're the same age.
あれ
Huh?
あそうか
Oh, I see.
ミオン
Mion, you're pretty smart. Ahaha. What month were you born, by the way, Keiichi-kun? I'm July. Rena smirked and puffed up with pride. Hey now, what's the meaning of this? She's not planning to be all high and mighty if her birthday is a wee bit sooner than mine, is she? Heh,
だが明らか
don't even.
に俺に誕
It's
生日
impossible to charge me by
無駄なこと
birthday.
だなんなら
I wouldn't even mind if
100円の賭けをしてもいいぜ
if you bet 100 yen per month. Huh? Huh? Why? Why? And I panicked at a sudden being challenged to a wager. Given how panicked she is, I'm certain she doesn't have much allowance left this month. It's just sending her to panic about something as simple as a birthday is so fun I can't help myself. But that means you're born in April, Kei-chan? Kei-chan?
そういうことだ
Right on!
残念だなレナ
Too bad, Reina.
俺もう
Already far
勝手に
older
レナ
than
より年
Rena.
上なんだよ
It's 2 months. 3 months, actually. Oh, I see. Then you're the same age as Mi-chan. Well, it's just a few months. That gap will open up again soon enough. Mion snickered through her nose. Hey now, that's not something to get all high and mighty about. As if I'm one to talk. Heh.
そう そういえば
Now that you
ミ
mention
オン
it,
って
you're in a
上級
higher
生
grade,
なんだ
Mion.
下級生の
If you're into underclassmen, then I can be an underclassman from now on.
みーちゃん
Me-chan, you're
わ
not
かん
making
ない
any
こと
sense to
言っ
me.
てる
Just be seeing Rena's blushing face, you could tell she knew exactly what she meant by it though.
でサトコとリ
Then
カちゃん
Sadako and Rika-chan are underclassmen. The grade is so
学校
different
が違う
that
くら
they
いの
should be in a
下級生
different
だ
school, shouldn't they? Keiichi-kan, your tastes are a bit too young, I think.
低すぎると思うな
I think.
もうな
You're never making any sense yourself, Rena-chan. Right now, I'll just grab onto her head and scruff it up a bit. Oh, stop it! Okay, that was the whole scenario, it seems. No?
前から思ってたんだけどさ
What about it before? Yeah, I was wondering why this school has different school years all mixed up.
教室の数が
There aren't
多い
enough
からだよ
classrooms.
仕方ない
Can't
じゃん
help it.
営林署の建物を
This
真似
building
して
is
んだ
being
からさ
rented from the forestry service after all. When she says it like that, it makes sense. I thought our school was strange for a while now. Schoolyard is gravel. There are rooms that aren't for classes, and there's some strange sort of construction machinery parked here.
なんで借りてるんだよ
Why
本当の
is
学校はどうしちゃったん
it being borrowed? What happened to the real school?
戦前からずっ
There
と
was one
建て
here
たらしいから
forever
ね
from before the war.
老朽
It
化
got
でね
dilapidated.
廃校ってわけよ
They closed it down. It probably was a grand old schoolhouse.
まあそれで
Well, because of that,
生徒は町
students
の学校に
would have to
通うことに
attend
な
the
った
school
ん
in
だ
the
けど
city. It's pretty far though, you know?
どこの学校だった
Which school would that be?
沖宮の
Did you know there's a school if you pass by Okinomiya train station, turn at the hospital, and head towards the pediatrics department? What? So far? I couldn't tell where that was by location, but I still it was pretty far from Rena's reaction.
まあそんなわけで
Well, that's why.
沖宮の学校
The
に
guys
通い
that
たくない連中は
didn't want to commute to Okinomiya rented out this building for the forestry service and are attending this pseudo schoolhouse here.
南沢
About half the children in
半分くらいか
Hinamizawa go
朝
here.
早くに自
There are
転車で
quite a lot of
出かける
kids
子
that
たち
come
も
here and
結構い
bike.
るよ
Well,
こんなはちゃ
since
めちゃ
they're
な学校に通
they are
ってたら
attending this
進学校
really
と
messed
か
up
はちょっと
school,
無理
it
だ
might be pretty hard for them to get into higher education.
そんなことない
That's
よ
not true,
みーちゃん
Mi-chan.
ちゃんと
If you study
頑張れば
properly, you can
ど
go
こでも
anywhere you
勉強
want.
はできるよ
お
Yeah, that's right, that's right.
レナとは
I totally agree with Rena on this one.
そうだね
Yes, that's right, that's right.
頑張ろう
Let's do our best. Try our best.
せいぜい
All
頑張
of you try your best.
おじさん
This old man will
応
be
援
rooting
し
for
てお
you.
りますわ
俺たちがじゃないぞ
Not just
ミ
us,
オン
you
が
two.
お前
You should be preparing for exams, shouldn't you?
こんな成績じゃお
The
先
future is
真っ暗
bleak with grades like these. This.
いいもんいいもん
Fine, just fine.
永久就職して
If I get stuck, then I'll just mooch off Kei-chan as he works forever. What do you mean by mooch off Kei-chan? What do you mean?
ほらそこ
Hey,
うるさいですよ
you're too loud.
自習は
Be
し
quiet during self-study. Teacher yelled at all three of us. It was completely our fault. Nadako sighed and chortled heartily. I stuck out my tongue at her response. It is just as Mion says. This school has nothing to do with higher education. But it makes up for that by having lots of valuable things other schools don't. Okay, so I guess that's one of the tips. Wouldn't really call them tips, more like side stories, scenarios. But they're fun to go through. Let's do the second one. We don't have a uniform. I was gonna say that when I saw Rena, which seems like a proper uniform, but the others don't really have one. It's only June, it's already so hot. I could hear the Higurashi outside chirping, me, me. And at night, there are mosquitoes. Oh, I hate mosquitoes. Might as well be summer already. Not only salvation was that My only salvation was that the mornings were still cool. Speaking of, I,
暑いでございますわ
summer,
ね
I do declare. Who says I do declare? Anyway, back to mosquitoes. I have a balcony. I'm finally gonna get, what do you call those in English? A screen door? It's like a door you can just move away, but it's not a door because it's like almost made of cloth, of net, that mosquitoes and bugs can't enter, but wind can still go through. It's like in front or behind the door itself. I can like close the balcony door for no wind, no noise, or open it and have the net door in front so the mosquitoes can get in and enjoy a nice breeze. Feels like I'm talking a different language here. Psycho was flipping her skirt languidly. I hate that word. That's pretty unladylike there. Even if she was a little brat, she still was a girl.
ケイチさんはワイシャツ
Keiichi
一枚で涼し
does
そう
seem
です
quite
わね
cool with just a single
羨
button
ま
up
しいです
shirt.
わ
I'm so jealous.
俺から見りゃ
On what?
スカートの
So
サト
how
の
I
方が
see
涼しそうだよ
things, the skirt you're wearing looks like it would be much cooler.
この時期のズボン
A
の
girl
股
like
が
you
どれだ
wouldn't
け薄
understand
か
just how hot it
女
is
の前
wearing
には
jeans
分かる
in
ま
this
い
season. It gets hot too. This girl has gone imagining something indecent.
レナの夏
When
服
our
は
summer
涼
clothes
しそうな
have
色
a
合いが
nice
いいよ
refreshing
な
color,
見てる
it
こっち
feels
も
cooler
涼しくな
just
る
looking at them.
あり
Hehehe.
がと
Thank you.
う本当に
They
涼しい
really do feel pretty cool.
私も
I do
レ
wish
ナ
my
さん
summer
みたいな
clothes were
涼
as
しい
breezy
夏
as
服が良かったで
Rena's.
すわねでも
But Sadako-chan, your summer clothes are so cute. Being a one piece and all, I'd like to wear your summer clothes.
これ結構蒸
It's
します
actually
わ
quite
よ
stuffy, you know.
絶
I
対に
do
レナさん
believe
の方
that
が涼
you're
しいです
wearing
わ
what you're wearing would be much cooler.
でも可
But
愛い
it
服の
would
方が
be
きっ
so
と
much more
楽し
fun
い
with
よ
cute
はい
clothes. I had a feeling that Rena and Sadako's base values were fundamentally different.
そういえば
Speaking of,
この学校って
our school
指
doesn't
定の制
have
服
a
がないんだよ
uniform.
な
うんないよ
Yeah, it doesn't.
ふさわしい服で
As
あれ
long
ば
as they're
私服
proper,
でも大丈夫
then
なのよ
clothes, regular clothes are fine. There are quite a few students in our regular clothes. There are a few wearing uniforms. They were all the same design and rather plain.
他の連中が着てる制服は何なんだ
What's the uniform they're all wearing? They're all the same.
あれは町の
That's
学
the
校
city
の制
school's
服なんですわ
uniform.
よ
It's not like
決まってるわ
there's
け
a
じゃない
rule,
です
but
けど みんな着て
they're all
ますわ
wearing
ね
them.
そこへ行くと
Speaking of which,
俺らの
everybody's
仲間
our
は
group is
みんな
wearing
い
a
ろいろな
different
制服
uniform,
を
aren't
着てる
they?
よなわざわざ
Did you go out of your
どこ
way
か
to
から
get
取り
them
寄
from
せたのか
somewhere?
ミオさん
Why,
が調達
yes,
してく
Neon
ださい
Sun
ますよ
supplied them.
みーちゃんの親類
Mi
で
Chan's
古着商をやってる人がいて
relative runs a
全国の
second-hand
学校の
clothing
服を
store.
格安で仕入れ
They
てるんだって
can get school clothes from all over the country for cheap, they say.
でその
So
親
you
類に
asked
頼ん
those
で
relatives to get a
いろ
bunch
い
of
ろ個
school
性的な制服を
unique
取り
school
寄せてもらっ
uniforms
てるわ
then?
けか
Then Mion, that Mion, she probably loves using her friends as dress-up dolls. That must be a strange second-hand clothing store. I get that it's second-hand clothing store, but stocking clothes from schools all over the country? That's a pretty strange for a second-hand clothing store. What's the point in stocking up clothes from faraway schools they know nothing about?
うん
Yeah, I
それ
think
は
so
レ
too.
ナも思うよ
They all
他
have
にも
used school
体操服
swimsuits
と
and
か
PE
スコールミ
uniforms.
そういうのの
I don't like the
は
idea of
ちょっ
having
と
used
嫌だよ
ones.
ね
あんまり儲かってなさそうな商売だな
Doesn't sound like
き
the
っと少
shop
しで
makes
も儲
much
けさせ
money.
るために
They probably have
ミオン
Neon
が
pitch
一
in
肌
and
脱いでやっ
help
てるんだろ
us
うな
help so they can make a bit more.
でも
But
いつも
Mion
ミオン
says
さん
it'll
自
be
信
a
満々
big
に
hit
言い
and
ます
become a
よ
great store with
今
such
きっと
conviction.
大ブレイクしてすごい商売にな
A
るって
second-hand clothing store that stocks school uniforms will be a big hit? Don't get it. Oh, I think I get it. Oh, that's all? Alright. Let's exit. And I'm gonna take a break because my nose is almost getting stuffy, so I need to deal with that. Let's save. Save. Black screen. Cool. And I'm gonna go to break. See you in a moment. Damn, that's a good jazz song. Alright, I'm back. And I have new tech. Turns out I have made an amazing discovery that's going to revolutionize the world. I've invented tissues. So I don't have to wait till break to deal with my stuffy nose. Alright, let's continue. Alright, we've had half of the stream today with the old music, which I've quite liked. Let me now try the new one. Look, sounds the same for now. I took it a little too easy on the morning of my day off. I was totally late. Oh, wrong button. And to top it off, the pesky mom of mine pushing a return journey errand on me just as I'm trying to leave the house. Today was the day Reina and Mion were going to show me around Hinamizawa. Oh wow! Reina and Mion were already waiting at the meeting place. Mion? I can very much see exactly the casual clothes she'd wear. Rena? You look like you're out on a date. Which you might think you are, to be fair. How does it look on the other ones? Is that a fucking gun? Why does old CG Mion have a gun? I kind of want to just keep it that way, just to see the gun. You know what? I'm sorry. I need to screenshot this. Hey-chan, you're late. Ah, just to check. Do the other versions also have lip flaps? Sorry, the show I was watching last night was really interesting, blame that. Oh, that's your excuse for being late and keeping two girls waiting? Doesn't seem like it. Mi-chan, you just got here yourself. Last night's episode, a day in the life off, was interesting, wasn't it? She was just as guilty as me. Rena was carrying a pretty heavy-looking handbag. What is that? Mion answered my unspoken question with a wink. That's right, Rena really did make a picnic. Hey-chan, after you left, Rena pulled out all the stops. Thought I got forced her to do it. It was nothing. So, don't worry about it, okay? You know what? I should safely be able to just go into the corner here. There has yet to be any text which seemed to cover it, to go this far. She's been like this since last night, you know? Can you take responsibility for this? Son of a... Here? Back to the corner you go. Alright, I'm a man after all. I'll take responsibility. Huh? Responsibility? For what? For what? As we both turned around slowly to look at Rena, our gazes drifted downwards to the massive handbag she was carrying. It didn't seem logically feasible that it would be entirely filled with lunchboxes. Except this was Rena we were talking about here. Rena, about 2 kilos, I guess? When Rena was picking it up, I could see she was struggling a bit. I say 5. You're exaggerating. Keiichi's a boy after all. I thought he could probably eat a lot, so I made a lot, okay? Let's get going, Evo. Evo! Just from the way she was lifting it, I couldn't believe the only things in there were lunchboxes. Correction, I say 5 kilos too. I'll help out, but all of those need to be eaten. Won't forgive you if you make Rena sad, got it? The only thing I could do at the moment was exercise a bit to make myself hungrier. How about helping her with the basket? Whoops. Having finished with the pleasantries, we began our leisurely stroll. A carefree walk, bathed in the gentle morning sunlight. I couldn't have even imagined something so wholesome existed during my time in the city. These were the boonies, after all. No slovenly desk jockeys trudging to work on the weekends out here. It really was a nice place, peaceful and quiet. As sparsely populated as the village was, you could run into people just by walking around. Ah, good day. Good day. Oh, you would be Mibara-kun, I believe. My two companions exchanged greetings with everybody we ran across. All of these passerbys even knew my name. When did I become famous? We passed 3 people, and when all 3 of them knew me, I started to feel a bit paranoid. Haha, it's a bit sad to say. Everybody knows everyone since there are so few people here in Hinamizawa. But that means when an unfamiliar face walks by, they automatically assume it's that Mibara fellow who just moved here. Yep, that's how it works. Just a process of elimination you could only pull off in a place like this, but it was quite effective. From now on, I'd better make sure to maintain a good reputation. The day I'm discovered accidentally gawking at a dirty magazine in the bookstore, I can expect all the villagers labeling me as a lech by the next day. Numazawa is not to be trifled with. Yeah, like, I don't read porn in the library. That's my guess. That's my suggestion before anything else. Ooh, that's a nice background. How does it look in the old one? I can see it. That's not the end of this nightmare. Of course I know them.
最初に会ったのが
The first person we met was old man Takezu from the Makino bike shop.
趣味は盆栽
His hobbies are bonsai and playing the flute.
次が乾物
Next we met the grocer's son, Daisuke-kun. His hobby is sharpshooting and he hopes to be an ace sniper in the future. The person we just met was Mio-san, the nurse from the clinic. Her hobbies are birdwatching and photography. I'm kind of just going through it randomly and suddenly my brain is like, but what if? What if this is an Umineko situation? What if all of these actually matter? What if Mikano from the bike shop? What if there's a bike murder and I fail to suspect Mikano from the bike shop? What if somebody gets sniped and it is obviously Daisuke-kun, as I should have known? Yeah, that's probably not happening, but yeah. Mikano, Mio, and Daisuke. You know the names of everyone we passed by? And even their profiles? Seeing my surprise, Mion and Rena exchange a look and burst into laughter. Well, yeah. We're not like the city where people hardly know their neighbors. Then let's try it out. You there. Who am I? You're Keiichi Maebara. You say some mean things, but you're actually a kind, shy person. It's been 3 weeks since you transferred here. The hobby is taking afternoon naps. Lately, you switch over to wearing boxers. Didn't you? That's enough, that's enough! Boxers? Enough of that! Apparently, there's absolutely nothing you can keep hidden here. Hinamizawa was not a place to be trifled with. This feels more like you guys are showing me off rather than showing me around. That's right. We're parading around like this after all. I'll give everyone a chance to see you for themselves. That Kei-chan is fitting right in here in Hinamizawa. The population of Hinamizawa is shrinking, but the villagers welcome anybody who's new here. I thought about brushing it off with something to the effect of, "You're kidding me," but I held back. Had I ever greeted someone who just moved into the city like this before? Thinking about that made me believe that what they were saying wasn't a joke at all. We passed another person. Of course, we're called out to again in the same way. Oh my, good day. It's wonderful seeing you getting along. This lady's Fujishima-san. Good day. Oh my, Mebara-kun, how wonderful for you having a lovely girl on each arm. How are you? Getting used to life here? Regurgitating? I'm gonna nail the word. I know how to say this word, I swear! Regurgitating. Instead of wrecking a prepared response like I would have in the city, I responded with an empathetic nod. The old woman chuckled, voicing her appreciation of how energetic I was. Good. As I looked back over to Rena and Mion, they gave me a wink. But now then, about time to have lunch, maybe? Maybe? Rena's brilliant smile signaled the approach of an event that both Mion and I were trying to forget. We both looked at each other. I'm a man. I'll do what I can. It's just too much. It's fine, Kei-chan. Leave it to this old man. Mion has never seemed as reliable as she does right now. I'd expect no less from class representative. Rena, if we're going to eat, we might as well go somewhere with a good view. Wow, yes! Good idea, I agree. Rena nodded her head happily in response to Mion's proposal. Ooh, a shrine. Resting the top of a stone stairway, a shrine drawn straight out of my imagination appeared before us. Ah, yeah. Nothing sus about shrines in games like these. Had worn down a bit throughout the years, but the fallen leaves had been swept up, giving it a tidy feeling.
ここはね、
This here
古出
is
神社っていう
Furude
の。
Shrine.
多分見晴らし
It's
が
probably
一
the
番いい
place
ところか
with the
な。
best view around.
ここの場所、よ
This
く覚え
place,
といて
be
ね。
sure to remember it.
もうすぐここでお祭
On
り
our
があるん
next
だから。
break, a festival will be held here.
へえ。
Ah, isn't it a bit too early
ちょっと早い
in
シーズン
season
だ
for
な
a festival?
綿流しは夏
The
祭りじゃなくて
Nagashi
ね。
isn't a summer festival.
昔
Long
は
ago,
冬の終わ
it
り
used
を
to
喜
be a
ぶお祭りだったらしいよ。
celebration of the end of winter. I was embarrassed for assuming the festival had to be held in summer.
さて、弁
Now
当
then,
を広
spread
げ
out
て
the lunch boxes
と
out there. Various colored lunch boxes were placed in one after the other on top of the plastic sheet. It sure did smell delicious. It was Rena's home cooking. Went without saying that it would be delicious. But is it even possible to finish all of this? Hey, Mion, I'll take more than just a good view to get all of this down, you
こ
know?
んにちはです。
Good afternoon. It's Rika-chan and Satoko. Why are they here? Ah, Mion planned this. The huge hands. Mion grinned over at me. I see. This is a secret plan. The power in numbers. You have my thanks, Mion. Following up when all the pieces are in place is my specialty.
騒がしい。
We just had to come since there was such a commotion. What is the meaning of this?
見りゃわかるだろ。
Take a look.
これからランチタイム
It's
だ。
time for lunch.
ビュッフェスタイルだ。
Buffet style.
レラの手作り弁
A
当
handmade
二つ
gourmet
だ
meal by Rena.
そんなの見ればわか
I
る。
can see that much.
どうして人様
Why have you laid out
になんか広げ
A
ます
top on our property.
神社は公共
The
の
temple is
場所
public ground. It's
勝
not
手に独占
yours.
するな。
圭一の言う通り
Keiichi
です
is
よ。
right.
みんなのお庭に
This is
し
everyone's
ます
property.
です。
Wow, Rika-chan is such a good
やっぱりリカちゃんはいい
girl.
子だな。座りなあそこ。
Have a seat.
一緒に食べよ
Eat with us. After opening a spot for Rika-chan, I promptly turned my back on Satoko.
ちょっとお待ち
Hold on a second.
私はどこ
Where's
に
my
座ればいいんですの？
う。お前に座る
No
場所
spot
は
for
ない
you,
し
and
食べ
nothing
る分もない
for you to eat.
大丈夫
Don't worry,
だよ。
there's some for you
家族
too.
の分もちゃんとあるから。
ない。
None. It's oh, I'll eat all of us.
そんなこと
I will not allow that.
リカ。
Rika,
はい、お箸
here,
です。
chopsticks. Both Satoko and I leapt at the boxes, having it out with each other.
いやはや
Man, really, Kei-chan, you're really good at leading people on.
才能あるの
You might have a talent for this.
はい、お
Have
皿
a plate. One for Mii-chan and Rika-chan too. Rena whipped out pairs of chopsticks and paper plates.
僕たちも頑張
If we
ら
don't
ないと
hurry,
なく
I'll
なって
be
しま
eaten
うん
up.
です。そうだね。
That's right. Okay.
参戦といく
Shall we commence this battle?
いっぱい食べてね。
Please eat a lot.
ちゃんとみんなの分
There's enough for everyone. Rena said as she opened up a thermos. Just then I realized that this lunch was made under the assumption that 5 people would be eating. It didn't change how much there was, but the implication behind it was different.
このハンバーグは
I will not allow you to have this hamburger. What?
いや
Ah,
肘は反則
using
だ
your elbow is against the rules, Sadako.
襟首を掴むのも
Grabbing the back of my
ございます。
collar is also against the rules. That is certainly a CG. Hello, cat. It was a tough battle. Blocking with her full momentum and an elbow in the opening move, Satoko appeared to have the upper hand. But the differences in our proficiency with chopsticks proved to be fatal. Gave me the upper hand. Ah, the last meatball! Sadako Hojo has been bested. Nom. Sadako and I amiably began choking at the same time, falling backwards and spasming. Give me a moment. I must give my cat a cat treat. Or else she will cause a murder scene to appear here. Live on stream. Rika-chan patted me on the head to clear it, even though it was actually stuck in my throat. Seeing that made Rena blush and breathe heavily in excitement. It's almost like flowers were floating all around her. Rena has an imagination. Mino advised Rena to refrain from saying anything that could get her locked up. This is how our meals usually go. I do anything in my power, just so things could stay like this. Oh, never say that. Never say that. The intense battle calmed, and everyone reached a point where they could begin talking. Receiving tea from thermos, I let out a small sigh. I do wonder why there are so few words in Japanese to praise how something tastes. Isn't it because the idea of togetherness during a meal didn't begin until the modern era? It seems that long ago people ate in silence. It must have been made the people preparing the food a bit sad, don't you think? Probably because the people back then were so busy eating they didn't even have time to compliment the flavor. That's just you. But, you know, just seeing that it's good makes me happy. But my effort was worth it, I mean. She blushed a little as she said that. It was delicious. With absolute perfect timing, Rika-chan struck Rena directly with praise. She looked straight at her with an expression of bewitching innocence. Aww. Aww? After Rena uttered an unimaginable noise, a ring of smoke rose from her head with an audible poof. Ooh. Rika-chan, I'm gonna take you home. No, I mean it. Thank you. It was really delicious. Rena flushed red with excitement, embracing Rika-chan and rubbing her cheek against her so hard you could almost hear it. To reward Rika-chan for her praise, ta-da! These are special. 2 apple rabbits. After sticking toothpicks into them, she thrust them towards Rika. After Rika-chan accepted them, the mood suddenly shifted in a bizarre way. What is it, Satoko? What's with that defiant look? Has everyone prepared proper praise to receive apples from Rena-san? Don't push yourself. What kind of praise can you pick up with your weak vocab? Oh, well done. Allow me to show you. The Satoko flashed Mion and me with a defiant look. She changed the tone of her voice suddenly. I wonder, let me check something. Ah. Interesting difference. I like both of them, actually. Maybe I'll from now on go like half and half. Until break, old music, until end of stream, new music. We'll see. Hey? The Rena-o-nechan's lunch? Satoko thought it was yummy too. Satoko looked up with her poutily, well, looking cutesy. Wow! Oh, what's that praise? That's not even persuasion by tears, that's persuasion by cuteness, isn't it? It's a Rena limited special skill. She blushed and her head spun, waving around in circles. Don't fall it, Rena. Oh! Of course, that was asking for the impossible. Rena lumped Satoko and began rubbing her cheeks against her. Cute! Satoko is so cute. I'll take you home, huh? Swish. Stab. Push. Satoko was also presented with apple rabbits. Stuffing them into her mouth, she looked over at me and me again with a defiant gaze. It took only 5 seconds to take down Rena. That's unfair to think she had such a trick. If it upsets you so much, why not reward Rena with some praise? Okay, give me a moment. Now that cat wants to leave my room. Damn it! Wrong button again. That was a dirty trick. First of all, that wasn't even praise. Satoko, you think you won with that, don't you? How about I show you guys something much better than your superficial gimmicks? That sounds great, Mion. What kind of trick is it? Kei-chan is going to be the one who does it. Huh? Oh, what an eye have you shown me then? The writing of an old maid? I got a feeling I know what's coming up. The plan of attack suggested was wicked. Because the only thing we had to beat Satoko. Sipping my tea, I started talking very naturally and calmly. Perfectly. Really is good, isn't it? This is self-freshly made, right? Ah, no. Actually, most of it, almost all of it was frozen stuff. Then which one did you make fresh? Well, embarrassing, do we have to say it, Masai? From the synergy of boy plus handmade lunchbox, your expression have melted into euphoria. I already know. This one, right? Huh? Huh? Ooh. Red turned an even deeper shade of red. The words, I can't believe it, practically written on her face. How could you tell? That I made it. Of course, Mion had told me beforehand. It's been perfect so far. After acting like I was shy, I waited a bit. Next would be the finisher. Had your smell. Silence enveloped the area. Rena, face still completely red, froze solid. The small yelp Satoko also blushed. Of course, I did too. Sure would like to try one of Rena's handmade apple rabbits or something. Even if it was all because I was competing against Satoko. It felt like I had crossed the line by a good 9 yards, I think. Then at that moment... whoosh! Was a Tupperware container filled with rabbits. Please eat some, Keiichi-kun. There are plenty for you. Instantly dozens of apples were shoved into my mouth, knocking me over. Okay, say Keiichi-kun. My head was forcibly laid open upon her lap, and even more apples were shoved into my mouth. While she was squealing, one apple after another was forced into my mouth. More and more apples. How about them apples, Sadako? Looks like we win. Kei-chan, that was a beautiful sacrifice. How's that, Sadako? This is our complete victory, isn't it? I can't believe it, such trickery! Doesn't bother me at all! Sadako grounded her teeth, mortified. We did it. I claimed victory as my consciousness drifted slowly away from me. Considering how much Mion is like old man coded, apparently, I expected her to be some suggestion to be like, oh, this is so good. Whoever marries is gonna be lucky or something like that. Oh well. Oh, I just realized my tags. One of the tags I was going to write is story rich. I wrote Sochi rich. At that time, Rena stopped her squealing as she suddenly realized something.
ちゃん、食べないの
Rika-chan, you're not eating it.
塩水強す
Did
ぎ
the
たか
salt
な
water make it too strong, maybe? Maybe? Looking over, Rika-chan had pulled the toothpicks out of each apple rabbit, placed it into her cupped heads, and seemed to be at a loss for what to do.
うさぎさんが
Oh, Mr. Rabbit, I feel sorry for him.
助けてあげて
I want
ほ
to
しいで
save
す
him. Wait. That was the sound of blood spurting from Rena's nose. Tonight I will take you home. She shook sporadically, her head wobbling back and forth. Then, going back to her senses, she took all the apples around me, gathered them up and whip, and fixed them back up on a plate.
これでみんな
Now they're all just fine, Kay. Here, I'll give them all to you, Rika-chan, Kay. Rika-chan raised up Satoko's hand like a referee after having the plate of rabbits shoved to her. She whispered,
僕たちが勝ち
This
ま
is
した
our victory. What? A comeback? I just don't care anymore. Thus, my sacrifice ended up being in vain. That was a fun moment. It was a fun-filled, crazy day. But as soon as the sun began to set, the end of the day really did come quickly.
じゃあねレナ
Later, Rena and Kei-chan, see you tomorrow.
ミオン
Thanks for the day,
今日
Mion. I had a
楽しかっ
great
たな
time.
また
See
明
you
日ね
tomorrow. Sadako and Rika-chan went home as well. We parted ways with Mion, and it ended with just Rena and myself enjoying the evening air on our own way home.
ケイチくんも
Thanks for coming
今日は
today,
付き合ってくれて
Keiichi-kan.
ありがとう楽しかった
Was it fun?
あ
Yeah,
あ楽しかった
lots of fun.
まだ家に帰るのが惜しいくらいだ
Almost feels like a waste to go home now.
じゃあ
Ah,
さ
then, well,
ちょっとだけ寄り
would
道
you mind
して
taking a
も
little detour? Maybe?
かな
寄り道
A detour?
遠いのか
Is it far?
ちょっと歩くけど
It's a bit of a
すぐ
walk,
済
but
むか
it
ら
won't take long. We had been walking around all day. It must have seemed a bit tired. Don't forget, your mother told you to do something on the way home. Not feeling like teasing Rena, I quietly nodded. Traversing a small path and a small hill, the land suddenly stretched out before us. There, what seems to be remains of a dilapidated construction site came into view. A large heap of garbage spread out towards the swamp. I'm sorry, who leaves this much construction material and apparatuses just laying out there? I'm honest, I would just take shit from here and do shit with that. I'm not sure what, but I totally would. Probably illegal dumping. I recall it being in a newspaper. Okay, this is a trash heap instead. Ooh.
今日は
It's been quite a while. Wonder what's here. I wonder what's here.
久しぶりっ
When
て
you say it's been a while, you mean the business you had here was this
ゴ
garbage
ミの
pile?
山かよ
It's not garbage.
レナにとっては
For me,
宝
it's a
の
pile
山
of
だもん
treasure. When I had already entered the well-known cute mode of herds. So that means there was something cute here. Whoa, a new pile.
ワクワク
I can't wait, I can't wait. Descends into the unstable slope with ease. But expect no less from a born and bred country girl.
おい待てよ
Hey, wait, I'm coming. Whoa. The city's race self was completely pitiful. It's alright, just stay there, Keiichi-kun, it won't take long. Rena kindly declined my accompaniment.
転ぶなよ
Don't fall.
足元に気をつけろよ
Watch your step.
大丈夫だ
I'm fine, I'm fine.
全然平気
This is nothing at all. Nice music. Literally bounding among the heaps of trash, Rena disappeared from sight. I don't like being left behind, but I was still pretty tired from the whole day, so I just ended up waiting. Without the lively Rena around, the surrounding area quickly fell into silence. The cry of Higurashi gently cooled the air. I almost said the ire. My bad. Fairly exhausted, I began to feel a little sleepy. Just then, the sudden noise of scattering pebbles alerted me to somebody's presence. Started, I turned around. Thus, he has an icon. Standing there was a typical-looking photographer. He spied over at me through his camera. His body was tanned and fit, but something about him seemed unreliable. He had a bit of an aloof air about him. Well, it didn't seem like like he was a bad guy in any case.
おっと
Whoa,
びっく
you
りした
surprised me. Although startled when I turned around, he overplayed his reaction. That was my line.
驚いたのは
I'm the one who's surprised here.
ごめん
My bad, my bad.
驚かすつも
I
り
didn't mean to startle you. Are you from Hinamizawa? Guy that he wasn't in that question. Unfazed by my suspicious gaze, he introduced himself without my prompting.
僕は富田
I'm Tomitake,
フリーのカメラマン
freelance photographer.
ひなみ沢にはた
Come
ま
to
に来るの
Hinamizawa from time to time. I didn't ask you who you were.
写真ってのは
Quite rude to photograph
被写体の
someone
ことだ
without
ってから
consent,
するのが
wouldn't you
礼儀
think?
なんじゃないんですかね
ごめん
My bad, my bad.
レインは野鳥の
Many
撮影で
photograph wild birds.
断った試しが
They
ないん
can't
だよ
refuse, you see. So what, you saying I'm the same as a bird?
いやいや
No, well, you see, the image of young man in twilight is just picturesque.
本人の許可を
Apologies for trying to take your picture without asking. It's also pretty slick. All that annoyance I felt for being startled just flew away as he buttoned me up. I had no intention of hanging around with this guy trying to get cozy with me. I expect it didn't seem like Frenna would come back soon. But this older guy, Tomitake, he didn't mind my cautious responses and continued rambling on by himself. Keiichi-kun, sorry to keep you waiting.
もう終わりにする
I'm finished now. Frenna popped her head from one of the lower piles of garbage and waved her hand.
連れがいたのかい
Have someone with you?
彼女はあんなと
What
ころ
would
で
she
何
be
です
doing over there? That was all I wanted to know.
さあね
I don't know.
昔殺して
Maybe
埋
she's
めた
checking
バラバラ
out
死体
the
の
dismembered
発見
corpse
したん
that
じゃない
was out here long ago. Tomitake-san looked shaken up for a moment. Uh-oh, I responded like I would if I were talking with Trina and the others.
嫌な事件だった
It was
ね
quite a disturbing incident.
腕が
I
一
still
本
hadn't found
ま
one
だ
of
見つ
their
かってないんだろ
arms. Hee, Keiichi-kun, sorry to keep you.
待ったかな
You were waiting a while, I guess. I guess.
馬に蹴られる前に
Best leave
解
you
散す
two
るかな
lovebirds alone.
驚かせてすまなかったね
Again, my apologies for starting you, Keiichi-kun. So there was a murder here. Tomitake-san chortled suggestively, then disappeared into the twilight. Missing my chance to retort put me off a bit.
ケイチくん
Keiichi-kun, are you
怒ってる
angry?
どうしてだろう
Why, I wonder, I wonder. It wasn't Rena's fault, so I decided to just brush it off for now.
どうだった
How was it?
掘り出し物は見つ
Find
か
a
ったか
treasure trove? Ah, yes, so listen. You see? There was!
健太くん
A Colonel Sanders doll. What?
ケンタク人形
A Colonel Sanders
って
doll?
あれか
Ah,
ケン
that
タ君
thing.
フライ
The
ドチキ
statues
ンの
they
店の前に必ず
always
置いて
have
あ
in
る
front of that fried chicken
あ
place.
の等身大人形の
The life-size dummy? Yeah, Colonel Sanders. Oh, cute. I want to take it home.
お持ち帰りしたい。
I couldn't tell how she decided what's cute or not, but well, she seems to want it.
あれはゴミだ
It's garbage, right?
お持ち帰りしたきゃ
No one
して
would
もいい
care
よ
if you
ね
take it home, right?
他の山の
It's
下
best-
敷きになってるの。
It's become the base of another pile.
簡単には
I
掘り
can't
出
dig
せ
it
ない
out
し
easily.
あそこ明かり
There's
が
no
ないから
lamppost
すぐ
over
暗
there,
くなっち
so
ゃ
it'll
う
get
し
dark pretty soon. Rena seemed quite down about finding a treasure and not being able to bring it back.
俺も手伝ってやるよ
I'll help you out.
今日のうまかった
I'll
弁当
pay
の
for your
恩返
delicious
しってことで
picnic you
さ
prepared today. Oh, thank
あ
you.
りがとう。
Birds heading home to roost proclaimed that nightfall would soon be upon us.
ケイチ君が
Eiichi-kun is going to help.
ケンタ君を
I can take Colonel Sanders home, huh? That howl is really something. Rena staggered along as if intoxicated in her dreamy state of mind. Tried asking her in a way that wouldn't take her out of her cheery state.
なあレナ
Hey, Rena?
あそこで昔
Long ago, did
な
something
んかあっ
happen
た
here?
のか
ダムの工事を
Seems
やっ
like
てたんだ
they're
けど
building
ね
a dam here.
詳しく知ら
I don't
な
know
い
the
けど
details though. Aw.
例えばさ
Just wondering if you knew anything
中
about,
に
you
なんかあっ
know,
たとか事故とか
an accident or something?
知らない。
I don't know. This one was disturbingly frank. Sounded more like a denial than an answer. Must have appeared rather dumbstruck. And I quickly tightened her expression.
実はね、
Actually, I don't live
去
here
年
until
ま
a
で
year
よそ
ago.
に住んでたの。
Huh?
レナも転校
You
生だったの
transferred
か
here too?
俺はてっきり
I was sure that.
だからね、
But you see,
そ
I
れ以
don't
前
really
の
know
ことは
much
よ
from
く知
before
らない
that.
の。ごめんね。
Sorry. Don't really know. Don't want to talk about it. That's the kind of feeling she gave me. Is this one of those cute backwoods city? All is excellent, but yeah, they like jointly committed a murder, and now nobody's talking about it. Ha ha ha! Oh, the little scamps kind of situations. There's going to be Keiichi-kun is actually in a village where they murdered someone, and everybody's quiet, and he's like slowly figuring it out, and everyone's like, don't, just don't. Think about it, of course it would be like that. It was the type of thing girls would enjoy talking about. It was quite a disturbing incident. They still haven't found one of the arms. Just like Tomitake said. But then I had a feeling only the Higurashi would know. Ask your parents. Like, seriously, ask your parents. If anybody, they're also new, but I might know. And if not, you asking will probably cause them to be interested. Okay, we have 2 new tips. Let's use them. The Mabera Manor. A manor? Damn. Bro has a manor.
ケイちゃんってさ、
It's okay, Chan. You're
す
not
ごいお
thinking
金持ち
rich?
ってわけでもないの？
なんだよ突然
What is this all of a sudden?
俺が
Did I
いつ
come to
高級
school
車
in
に
a
転
limo
校したよ
before?
月の小遣いはいく
How
ら
much do you get
もら
for a monthly allowance?
1000円
About 1,000 yen.
あ
Ah, that's a rather plebeian amount.
お弁当の
His lunch is made up of normal stuff.
お金
Isn't
持ち
rich.
じゃないです
What are they talking about? To be asked out of nowhere how much I get and then told that's a plebeian amount? Sorry,
ご
sorry.
めんねごめんね
When I seemed to pick up on my dubious expression, started giggling.
ケイちゃんちって
Hey Chan, your house, you know, it's pretty big, yeah? So, the architecture has people all around Hinazawa calling it the Mebara Manor. And it sort of stands out. The Mebara Manor?
あんなに大きいお家だからどんなお金持ちな
Since
の
the house is so big, everybody is gossiping, wondering exactly how rich you are. I see. Now I get it. Well, the frame of it is huge. I see how it could cause some misunderstandings. For my deduction, I'd wager they spent too much money on building the house, and this is why they're now broke. Being broke, how very, very unfortunate. Rika-chan took pity on me and patted my head. I've gone from being treated like a millionaire to a beggar. Yeah, sorry for ruining your imagination, but we aren't millionaires or poor. We're the image of a normal average household. You can't call it normal with that huge house. The entranceway is all grand and the gate is large enough for a large truck to get through. That's not normal at all. They do say the bigger your house, the more prosperous you are. I mean, that does look pretty nice. The reason the house is so big is because Dad's studio's in it. There are a bunch of different workshops, and lots of his works are hung up in different places. All of them are huge too. For those reasons, the family actually used only a third of the house for day-to-day living. He planned it out so people and cars could come to see the gallery he opens up in the house someday. By the way, the entranceway Mion is talking about is one for the studio and is normally sealed off. The entranceway to the Mebara family actually uses a very plain and simple one. The interior is much different from how it looks on the outside. I'd really like a chance to explore Kei-chan's house, claiming not to be rich, but having a home like that. What could be hidden there? Maybe there's something cute hidden, huh? They probably had no money to purchase furniture, so it's all filled with Spartan rooms. If there are carpeted rooms, I'd love to try rolling around on the floor. Wow, that'd be great, so great. I want to roll around too. Seems like the imaginations were just piling on. Well, sometime in the future, it wouldn't be too bad to invite them all over to my house. Dad is a sucker for the ladies, but he might even let them look around his studio. The crowd of Higurashi ascended as the sky towered over everything. It was hot, but the air was clear. It smelled like the beginning of summer. Okay, this one was the short end. The Damn Sight Murder Dismemberment newspaper edition. From June XX 1979 edition, the Shishibone City Okinomiya Police Station, June XX, late at night. Suspects X were arrested on suspicion of murder and improper disposal of a corpse. The main offender, X, has been added to the wanted list nationwide. According to our sources, the 6 suspects were at the Hizawa Dam construction site, Brook Room on the XX at 9 p.m. But they were suspected to have assaulted and murdered the site overseer, X, as a group dismembered his body and hiding it. The XX at 8 o'clock in the morning, a report was filled by Shishibone City Hospital in which a male suspect alluded to having murdered Mr. XXX. When questioned at the police station, the individual confessed to the crime. Since a portion of the body were covered at the location he gave, he was arrested that afternoon on suspicions of murder and mutilation of a corpse. The rest of the suspects were arrested on the same day, but the main culprit is still at large. The police are currently on his trail. The motive is purported to be a drunk verbal dispute during which he killed a victim in a fit of anger. However, as there are multiple inconsistencies with the testimonies, the investigation is ongoing. Let me check something again. Suspects: XXX, XXX, XX, 4Xs, 3Xs, 4Xs, 5Xs, 4Xs. Right now, Mion, Rika. Shit, I'm forgetting the name of the blonde. Satoko. Nope, won't fit. Satoko. I mean, clearly it's not children, but you know, gotta be suspicious about these things. Maybe last names, like their parents. A moment. Also, Rena moved here last year, so I doubt it's that, though I don't know what year this is in. Could be she moved here, this happened last year. She moved here last year because, I know, her father was working on the dam thingy. Maybe even the overseer. And the murder happened. Who knows? Let's keep going. Let's save. End of chapter 1. End of chapter 2. Huh. How many chapters are there in the first one? Oh, Colonel Sanders? Ah, of course. That's right up her alley. I understand her wanting to take home Satoko or Rika-chan, but I can't understand the Colonel Sanders. What's so good about that four-eyed geezer? Probably better to hear it from Rena, don't you think? She'll probably just say, because it's just so cute, though. Does Rena often go to the construction site to hunt for treasures? Every now and then, she says she's going to have a look. For a girl her age, rummaging around in garbage is, well... Rena enjoys it, and I think it's fine. What were they doing over there? Dam construction? It had been bugging me since yesterday. Like an itch I couldn't scratch. Haha, this counted a long time ago. Everyone gathered together and fought against it. Hearing an ominous word like fought come from Rika, Tan's mouth startled me. That's right. It's unbelievable. They said Hinamizawa should be sunk into this reservoir, and we had no say in the matter. Okay, I was gonna say, why are you fighting against a dam? That's so cool. But yeah, but the reservoir is apparently your city. I get it. Or your village. I'm only able to be here because the protest succeeded. I'm sorry. I didn't keep you, did I? My dearest apologies, Keiichi-san. It took me a while to powder my nose. Satoko? Wait to use the can until you really have to go. It's a lot easier since it shoots right out. Hey, how dare you speak that way to a maiden of an unparalleled beauty such as myself? Satoko is the name that I have hardest time remembering. Who was she calling a maiden? If Satoko really was a maiden, she wouldn't have reacted like that. The usual hijinks ensued. Now then, gentlemen, in accordance with the rules of our society, I bring a point to discussion. Keiichi Maebara wishes to include us as a member of in our activities. What say you? Rena has no objections. Oh, I wonder if the likes of this peasant is up to the task. Me and Satoko both approve. The three that Mion had varied voices their approval. An unanimous decision. Congratulations, Keiichi Maebara-kun. I present you with the honor of being allowed to take the entrance exam for our club. Not from the beginning. I didn't say I would join. What club is this? What our club does, you see, in order to cope with our complicated society, we perform various activities under a different set of rules. Sometimes they are in your favor, and sometimes they work against you. Very vague. I'm pretty weak, so I'd prefer if you didn't single me out. Let's try to get along. You're so naive, Rena. The law of the jungle is the survival of the fittest. This was starting to sound a bit sketchy. So what kind of club is it? To sum it up, it's a club where we play games together. Rika-chan was the only one to answer my question with a pertinent response. So basically, the club put Mion's hobby of collecting games to use by playing the various games that Mion had hoarded every day. It seemed that depending on the day, there were prizes for the winner or a penalty for the person who finished it in the last place. I'll make this clear right now. We aren't playing house here. You should treat each win or loss as if your life depends on it, right? But what's wrong with just having fun? Don't make it sound so crazy. First rule of our society, aim only for first place. Going in at half-ass just because it's a game is not allowed. Rule number 2 of our society. For that reason, you're obliged to make all possible efforts. The way Sadako said it sounded like she was saying, use any means necessary. Of course, I'll do my best too. I'm pretty weak, but I'm trying my best. I knew what they were trying to say. In a game where everybody's aiming to be the top, so the unsportsmanlike to play just for fun. Alright, and I too will go all out. With that, I'm finally ready for the rite of initiation, my baptism into the club. Monopoly. A word of warning, Kei-chan. Rena can get pretty nasty. This initiation looks like it's going to be rough. Mion began fishing around in the student lockers in the back of the room. Have the games here at the school? Well, it's club equipment, so I guess that's fine. Complicated games would put Kei-chan at a disadvantage. So today we'll play a game you should all be familiar with. How about standard card game, like Old Bachelor? Alright, let's do this. Can't really get into the rules unless there is a penalty. This time the loser will be sentenced to having their face drawn on. What do you think? Whoa, it won't be a permanent marker, right? Right? Permanent? She wants to draw on her face with a permanent marker? That is perfect! Sadako cheered on the idea. She didn't even flinch at the thought of such a severe penalty. It seemed like she was raring to go. If that's how it's going to be. Oops. Now just cut the deck. Start dealing. Old Bachelor is pretty much the same as Old Maid. The only difference, there is no Joker. In its place, one card is pulled out from the start, meaning there will be one card without a match left at the end. Don't know which card will end up being the Joker. It's a pretty thrilling game. I'll take out the card now. Mion took one card left, placed it face down on the table. Everybody stared at the card intently. Well, it's pretty obvious in the end game. No way to tell at the start. But the rest of them were all serious. They didn't seem as relaxed as I was. They compared the cards to the face down, all the while gauging each other's reactions. It was as if they could see the face down card was. No, couldn't be. This deck is pretty worn out. No way. Can I really tell by the scratches of the card what card on the table is? Remember the second rule of the society. Kei-chan must try his hardest to win as well. A number of cards are quite unique. Kei-chan should be able to remember them pretty quickly. He said as a matter of fact. Suits me fine. Don't think a little thing like that can be your crutch. I lashed out angrily, but it was rather obvious I was at a disadvantage. Oh, they'd gone so fast to memorize the wear and tear for each individual card. This wasn't a simple game of Old Black Bachelor. If this was a test, then they were playing with the answer sheet in front of them. Bring it. I'll take advantage of your carelessness and beat you at your own game. Baseless confidence would soon be crushed. How about I tell you, your hand starting from the right? 3, 4, 9, Jack, Queen. Ugh! By the way, the bachelor is the Jack of Diamonds. Ah! I can tell what they are even if you switch them around. I'm out. Ugh. I thought I was prepared, but for this to be so brutal, just overwhelming. The demons, you're all demons. Rena isn't a demon, are you? Sorry, Keiichi-kun. This is the Three of Hearts, isn't it? I'm out. Ah! Not even a hint of mercy. Rena, even Rika-chan. These club activities weren't to be trifled with. An alumnus of this club would definitely survive in the cruelest of situations. Our entire class had self-detonated collars strapped to their necks and would drop into a deathmatch on a deserted island. These guys would probably take it like fish to water. I can already picture their joy as they hunt down each of their classmates. It's a lowest point system. The order itself dictates the points. Whoever has the lowest points total wins. Since Keiichi-chan finished last, he has 5 points. Already up 5 marked on the scoreboard. I think it's unfair that Keiichi-kun, we don't use a new deck. It's fine, it's fine. Keiichi-kun is a man after all. He can turn the tables even if the odds are stacked against him, right? It's fitting for a lowly peasant to scamper home and soak their pillows in tears, don't you think? A petite hand laid itself on top of my hand, which was trembling from uncontainable frustration. It was Rika-chan's hand. Keep on fighting, yeah! Thanks to Rika-chan's words of encouragement, I was able to calm down. You need to be calm, especially when you're cornered. That's the power I could muster during this crisis. Think clearly, Keiichi Mibara. Take your time and look at the cards carefully. Just as Rena said, several of the cards have their own distinct markings, making them stand out. Memorizing them should be pretty easy. Think about what you can do in this situation. Try everything in your power to improve your chances of victory. Whoa, great Keiichi-kun, just like that! I covered the uniquely marked cards with my hand of others or other cards, arranging them in such a way that they wouldn't be seen. One with the ripped corner should be the 5. And I'm out. Don't let any of those precious hints slip by me. All information is a weapon. Then it was my turn. Sadako fanned out her hands for me. You see, I want the 7. Is it this one? I wonder about that. You won't know unless you take it. There's a bit of dismay in her expression. Like, she doesn't want it taken. That kind of expression. She's playing you! I won't let the momentary lapse slip by me. I know! It's this one! Got it. 7 of spades. A cheer of rang out. Ooh, what is this? 7 should be the hardest one of all to tell apart. If it wasn't for the memorizing the markets, those slight changes in their expressions, so circling the cards were enough. Can't hide it from me, Kei-chan. This mark means it's the 2 of diamonds. What? She was startled by her own misread. Of course, everyone else was too. Whoa! It's rare that Mi-chan gets a card wrong. No! Kei-chan, could it be you? They told them apart by different marks. That mark was a nail scratch. So I put a new one on it. I think disguised it as the two of diamonds? What an impressive show of will! Wit!
ケイチ
Keiichi landed a clean
一
hit.
矢報いましたです
Clap, clap, clap.
やったね
That's great, Keiichi-kun.
大戦線
That
だよ
was an incredible match, you know? You know? Having defeated the Forerunner Mion, my brilliant battle left me ecstatic. But by total points, I was already set in stone that Mion would win, and I would finish last. I laughed heartily, selecting the tone of my voice carefully to get on Mion's nerves. Well, I'm going to end up the loser, but I'm satisfied with one-upping Mion at the end. That should be a proverbial slap in the face to Mion, who was at the top already and assured victory.
この回
Even if Kei-chan gets first place this round, we'll still end up last place overall. Don't you hate that?
当たり前だ
Of course I do.
一騎打ちしようよ
Let's have a duel.
ワンチャンス
One
勝て
chance.
たらケイちゃん
If you win,
私
we'll swap first and last place. How about it? You up for it?
乗るでしょ
She fell for it. A chance for an upset that wouldn't be possible without goading her into it.
ワンチャンスだって
One chance, you say?
ルールを説明しろ
Let me hear the rules. You discarded two cards from her hand, placed one with the Joker card, was on the table, then shuffled the resulting hand behind her back.
右手のカードと左
The
手のカー
card is in my right, or the card is my left.
ドどっちがジョーカーか
Kei-chan can guess which
ケイちゃんの
which hand the Joker's in, then he wins.
今後ろに回した時
But you turned around just now. You didn't pull out the Joker, did
ケ
you?
イちゃんが負けたら
If you lose, I'll show the card in the other
そ
hand.
れなら OK でしょ
That okay? The other three gulped nervously at the unexpected turn of events. Alright,
やってやる
got it! Nguyen grabs one card in each hand and thrusts them in front of me. First, I need to inspect the cards closely. The card on the right had no distinguishing marks. I couldn't tell which one it was.
どっちだろう
Which one, I wonder?
ケイチ君
Keiichi couldn't be careful.
ああもちろんだ
Yeah, of course. This is my chance for a big comeback.
大チャンスだ
Looking closely at the card to the left, it's a little weird. It wasn't one I hadn't seen before. The card is... I didn't let that bit from Sadako slip by me. Mion chuckled her tongue. I didn't recognize the mark on the left card, the small number that I had memorized. I didn't know what the left card was, but I could tell from Sadako's reaction the card had already appeared in the game. And it had already appeared before, it meant it just definitely wasn't the Joker.
うーん
Oh,
ケイちゃんは右のカードを
okay, Chan. Thinks it's the one on the right.
右に
Will you choose that one then?
右
Will you? The left card definitely wasn't the Joker. If I could trust that theory, then I should have been able to declare the card on the right was the Joker. Even without Mion's taunting, the one on the right was the most suspicious. But wasn't it a bit too rash to decide based solely on Sadako's reaction? More carefully. Ah, remember now. The mark, the left card, no doubt about it. The Seven of Clubs.
きっと
Seven of Clubs, I see. I've won. The card on the left was the Seven of Clubs. That means the card on the right was the Joker. Then just before my hand touched the right card, I froze.
さすがミ
Would expect no less from you. There was a wave of murmurs among the onlookers. My son howled, right before I confirmed the right card was the Joker. Huh?
ケイチさんは何を言って
What could Keiichi's son possibly be saying?
だって左
I mean, the left one is...
C です
Shh.
へ
Or...
えケイちゃんはどうして
What makes you so certain the right one isn't the Joker,
確
Keiichi?
信できるの
Mion let loose an unexpected question. Everyone else was baffled.
右のカード
I don't know what the card on the right could be,
だが
but I know that the one on the left is the Seven of Clubs.
だけは分かる
Then,
残る右の
does that leave the right one as the Joker?
必ず左右
One of them
どっちか
has to be the Joker, right?
あ
Yeah,
あ左右のどっち
one of
か
the,
に
those is the Joker,
本
right?
当だろうな
ケイチは考え
Keiichi has good intuition.
お
Huh?
リコちゃん
Rika-chan, what do you mean by...
つまりさ
So basically,
クローバーの
the Seven of Clubs.
さっき俺
I
が
discarded that by
サトコのスピード
matching it with Satoko's Seven of Spades earlier. Everyone's attention snapped to the discarded pile at the same time. The truth of the matter couldn't be discerned from the sloppy pile.
つまり
So that means
イオンはステフ
Mion
ナを
pocketed
一枚
one of the discarded cards that aligned with or the left card, and that means
そうか
see, I get it.
左のカー
The
ド
left card is being discarded as a seven of clubs, right?
なんだね
It was the first time since the start of the match that a shadow ran across Mion's expression. Didn't let that slip me by. Then, with a grand flourish, I declared it loudly. The Joker is on the left one! She double bluffed you, man. It was an intense moment. 1 second felt like an eternity for everyone there. Breaking that silence, the first one to speak was Mion.
初代部長として
Being the first president of the club,
様々なプ
I've
レイングを見
been witness to a variety of performances. Hey
あ
Chan,
んたは
yours is the best. The best of the best of the best! Was probably the greatest compliment Mion could give. Mion accepted her defeat, dropping the cards from both hands. My comeback victory! Pikachu placed her hand on my head and began petting it, congratulating me on my victory. Huh?
リカちゃん
Pikachu is... Rena Satoko gasped at us, as if they had seen a ghost. What is it, Rena? Not as if I cheated or anything, right? It was a fair and square.
リカは
Rika only pet someone on the head to console them. Huh? What's the meaning of this? The moment Rena let out a small shriek. Keiichi-kun!
こんなことって
This is how it was!
ケイちゃんなら
You know, Kei-chan,
ここまで読ん
I
で
thought
くれ
you'd
る
read
と思って
into it that far. Everyone froze. No, it's just me.
賭けだった
It was a gamble.
ケイちゃんがおてんばさんの
You
早
had
と
just
ちり
jumped to the conclusion
負けて
like a little brat and I would have lost. Was the answer everybody was certain about. Mion picked up the cards from the losing
ケイ
hand.
ちゃんがさ
Kei-chan, you know you shouldn't take pride in this loss. She turned it around. That was the card that proclaimed the victory of this duel. Got under the seven of clubs. Unbelievable. It was the two of diamonds. It's a setup behind the setup. If I just picked the right one without reading so deeply into it.
部長
I,
佐々木美音の
Mion
強い
Sonozaki, the club president,
前原圭一
do accept
あんたの我が
Keiichi Mibara's membership into our
許
club.
可する
As I slumped on my knees, dazed, everybody left out a round of applause for the excellent effort I gave despite my defeat.
これにて決着
The match is now over! I knew she double bluffed. Also, interesting. The game just gave me a... Don't think too deeply about it. All the hidden things obscuring whatever you're looking for might just be double, triple, quadruple bluffs. Obvious solution is correct. Interesting.
優勝は私
Match is now over. Today's victor is me, Mion Sonozaki. And our exalted loser is Keiichi Maebara. Everybody made a commotion, applauding cheerfully. I felt I was bested. I was so suddenly beaten that it was unexpectedly felt rather refreshing.
みーちゃんが後ろ
When
で
Mi-chan pulled that little trick behind her back, I got excited thinking she's going to do it again. When Keiichi-san stopped the moment before touching the correct card, I thought he fell for it. He fell for it quite handily. Huh? Hey, wait. All of them knew from the start and still got so excited so earnestly? Everyone got excited to make it more fun. You all demons, you monsters! One moment. Sorry about that.
さて
Now then, Kay, it's time for your penalty.
今日は部活の初
Since
日
your first day participating,
ソフトに
I'll go easy, okay?
いきなり登校拒
It
否
would be a problem if you refused to come to school. The other three members held down my arms and shoulders firmly. Mion approached, licking her lips. Her right hand went to pull something out of her pockets. That's a felted marker. It's a giant permanent one. Okay, here we go. She took the cap of the marker and brought it slowly to my face while I was immobilized. No, no, no! I let out my death throes. Is this a chapter end? Or transition? Just a transition. As soon as the club activities were finished, Rena flew off. Probably so she could dig out the cute Colonel Sanders that she wasn't able to take home yesterday. So today it was just me and me walking home together, a rather rare occurrence. A mountain of treasure, huh? The guys throwing it away probably never thought in the wildest dreams that Rena would be grateful to them. Mountain of treasures, meaning the damn construction site from before. Alright, Neil will probably tell me. The murder by dismember bed that seemed to have happened there. Or there, you know, at the damn construction site. Something happened there? Long ago? Something sure did. A grand battle. There were sit-ins and demonstrations. It was a bit different from what I wanted to hear, but I decided I'll listen just at the same time. It was our land that was going to be sunk into the dam reservoir. Would have fought as well, probably, if it was our land. The government guys were really adamant about it, acting all big and full of themselves. Since they figured out they couldn't settle it with money, they did a bunch of nasty stuff. They were nasty guys. Mion spoke excitedly, as if the whole thing was happening right in front of her. I'm amazed you guys won. You're facing the federal government, right? The mayor and prominent figures in the village all signed petitions. They went to Tokyo and struck deals with legislators. And as a result, the development plan was retracted. It was our complete victory. Ahahaha. That wasn't any violence, was there? Like assaults or murders? None. Promptly cut me off. Same as Rena had. The words signaled the end of discussion. Umineko said one arm wasn't found in the incident. Thought that was a murder by dismember that had occurred, but I guess I was wrong. My curiosity unsated, I sighed dejectedly inside. To be fair, it could just be not related to the dam. Even though we had the newspaper. It could be like, what's it called? I know, an accident during hunting or some shit like that. Now that I think about it, the newspaper kind of made the speculation harder. Because he told me if it's true in the first place. Hey-chan, you can't wash that off until you go home, got it? I got it, I won't. Mion held back her laughter while stealing glances at my face. Wonder what kind of nasty duels they drew. Damn you, Mion! You shall rue this day! If our roles were revised, I'm going all out. Reversed. All over your face so you won't be able to take it off, even with a scouring pad. Higurashi when they cry. On arriving home, I ran straight into my mom, embarrassing myself yet again. The mood I'd come home to was already on edge. Not an uncommon thing in our family. Whenever Dad can't come up with a good idea, it always ends up like this. He stomps around the house with his arms crossed. Mom whispers into my ear, "Welcome home, Keiichi. Dad, he's a bit of a rat right now, so don't bother him, okay? Can't come up with a new idea? Because the deadlines are so close together this time. Your dad needs time to recharge or he doesn't work as well. Dad's paintings feed our entire family. he runs out of ideas, then it's the end of the Mebaras. We've never gone hungry before. Could it be that my dad is a master painter? Wouldn't it be easier to get an idea by walking outside rather than wandering around the house? The theme of the piece this time is in the household. So it seems your dad wants to use this house as a motif. That's quite a bothersome motif. Keiichi, tidy your room for once in a while. Looks terrible. Sorry, I'll clean up later. Come on, please don't use my room as the motif. Keiichi, there's still some time before dinner. Please take a walk out back or something. Dad's moods are only temporary. So as soon as he gets an idea, his mood improves and starts humming. Up till then, it wouldn't be a bad idea to just take a walk so I don't aggravate him further. Well, I guess I will then. Did you wash your face? I said I was going to take a walk, but I didn't have any particular destination in mind. I just headed to kill some time. I got on my bike, pondered where to go. I could just go read at a bookstore, but it would take about an hour by bike to get to town. I would be dark by the time I got back, so I don't want to go unless I had to. The roads at night here in Hinamizawa creep me out. If Mion or Sadako ever found out about that, I smiled. Riley? Oh yeah, Rena was probably still the mountain of treasure. Dam construction site. The excavation of Colonel Sand was probably taking her a while. Wouldn't be too bad to have her owe me one. She might return the favor next time we have club activities. Something feels sus here. With a little bit of self-insert in mind, I set off towards the dam construction site. Tomitake-san might be there as well. The only person with information about the incident that both Rena and Mion denied knowing about. If I met him again, I'd like to ask him for more details. Was there really a dismemberment here in Hinamizawa? That was my real intention. I spotted Rena struggling up on the slope of the garbage pile. It looked like Colonel Sandra lodged itself pretty firmly. Didn't look like Rena would be able to excavate him by himself. Realizing that Tomitake-san wasn't around, began climbing down the slopes unsteadily. Hey, Rena. Looks like you're working up a sweat. Whoa, Keiichi-kun. What brings you to a place like this? Place like this, huh? I see she was aware of it, at least. Received a signal for emergency assistance at the accident site. Where is the injured party? Huh? Accident? Huh? But there was a report Colonel Sanders buried alive in a trash pile. Huh? Oh, that, you scared me. Don't frighten me like that, Keiichi-kun. Was just kidding. But you might be struggling by yourself, so I came to help you out. Eh, you came for me? Aww. Well, I filled up my quota for today. If I don't see Rena blushing at least once a day, then I'm not getting my daily required nutritional intake. Just kidding, you're embarrassing me now. How is it this late already? Oh well. So, huh? What part was the joke? What part was it? I just ignored her bewilderment. Okay, now move out of the way. So where is Colonel Sanders? Ah, sorry. Can't you see him in that gap? He's really buried in there. Colonel Sanders was sideways, surrounded by boards and other construction materials, like they were caging him inside. From Torena, it wasn't like this yesterday. Seems as though another illegal dumper came yesterday and dumped again, and now he's buried like that. Trying to move the pile by herself? Those scrawny arms? There's no way she would be able to do that with her slender arms. But Colonel Sanders so cute. There's a chain at the Colonel Sanders at the store. That one though, I should be able to take this one home. Aww. If Rena gave up on the Colonel Sanders, she'll probably start devising a plan to steal the one from in front of the store. As Rena's guardian, I won't allow her sully her hands with
どい
crime.
てろよ
Out, out of the way, I'll do it. Rena blushed again, but this time I left it alone. The power was enormous. Also, the more days we wasted, the more likely another illegal dumping will occur. If it is buried any deeper, there might not be nothing we can do about it.
ケイチ君
Keiichi-kun, I'll help too. I'll help too.
帰って邪魔になるから
Just
下がってろって
don't get in the way, so stay back. Pulling out scraps, bending them, tossing them aside, quickly became covered in sweat and dust. Flying objects drew beautiful arcs across the twilight sky one after another. Lumber, timber, plywood. Damn it! No matter how much I threw, there was still more. Even though I could see Colonel Sanders right there. The Grant standing like that in front of Rena, I felt frantic because of how little I had
本
progressed.
気でやるなら
I was going to do it seriously. We needed an axe or a saw or something.
もういい
That's enough, Keiichi-kun.
すごい
You're so sweaty.
そんな
You don't have to try so hard.
レナのためにやってる
Just
だ
doing
け
it
だ
for you, Rena.
気にするな
Don't worry about it. Rena began puttering and turned beet red. Oh, whoops. I meant to say I was trying my best as to keep her from becoming a criminal. Ah, well.
さすがに
I guess I just need a break.
こいつは
This is pretty rough.
怖いぜ
Oh, motorcycle? I sprawled on my back over the grassy slope.
ごめんね
I'm so sorry.
すごい
You're covered in sweat. Rena patted her handkerchief against my forehead. Felt pretty nice. Well, wait here a
ちょっとこ
minute,
こで
okay?
休んで私
My house is pretty close.
麦茶とか持
I'll
って
bring you
きて
some
あげる
barley tea, okay? Leaving her handkerchief on my forehead, Rena took off running. Cries of the Higurashi gently cooled the air. After I was certain that Rena was gone, I picked myself up and headed towards what I discovered earlier. It was a garbage pile of magazines and newspapers bound up in twine. Unless I'm mistaken, it was around here. There it was. There were bound sticks of not so reputable tabloids. They were stacked chronologically back quite a few years. It's quite a disturbing incident. They still haven't found one of their arms. It's just as Tomitake had said, then undoubtedly there would be mentions of the murder. There are troubled times. There is no end to these sickening incidents. There's a large part of society drowned in by these incidents as well. So it had to be recorded somewhere. Unfastened the packages and opened the rain-soaked pages, carefully looking over the table of contents. Not there. Next one. Not here. Next one. It's hard to search since I didn't know what happened. I didn't know who the perpetrator or the victim was either. Only knew it had happened here. I looked up ever so often to check if Rena had come back or not. I wouldn't want her to see me gawking at a dirty magazine, but it wasn't just that. Both Rena and Mion said they didn't know. But it had happened without a doubt. As long as Tomitaka wasn't lying, then if both Rena and Mion... Ah, yeah, there it was. If they had just said that, then I wouldn't have gotten so hung up on it. An incident that neither Rena nor Mion wished to talk about. Trying to uncover it after they tried to conceal it out of good intentions. That made me feel like I was acting against my friends. Nuazawa dam worker lynching. Murder by dismemberment. Here it is. Featured article was in the back, and it seemed to be there was a photograph in the colored pages at the front. The pages of the featured article were stuck together and weren't easy to pry open, when I could return at any moment. Being rushed, I gave up and opened the photograph page. The police investigators were carrying a body bag. Newspaper reports were all bathing in camera flashes. The image was blurry and hard to understand, but I could definitely make out the headlines. A tragic nightmare at the Hinamizawa construction site. Lynching and murder dismemberment. The victim was the site foreman and assaulted his daily... He had assaulted his assailants daily with explosive backlash from his daily actions. A horrible image to see the site's foreman as It happened. It did happen. And the details were on the next page. Turn the page while pausing. On it was. The assailants butchered the victim's body with hatchets and pickaxes, then used an axe to split the cadaver into 6 pieces, the head, arms, legs, and torso. It could understand just from the headline that it was just too terrible an incident. Normally a lynching is just an assault and murder, right? Dismemberment with hatchets and pickaxes? It wasn't lynching. It was merciless killing. The letter a brutal murder. Done by a group of people. Hatchets. Pickaxes. The hatchet... Ah! Hey, sorry.
驚いたかな。
Did I startle you? Did I startle you? Rena dropped the hatchet she was holding onto the grass after we started by my voice.
ケイチ君ね。
Keiichi-kun, you see earlier, you said it would help if you had an axe or something, didn't you? So then I brought a hatchet for you from the
戻ったら
shed.
ちゃんとナタ持ってきたんだ
Rena
よ。
flustered her arms in panic, continuing to explain and apologize. Hatchet connection to Rena. It seemed I'd been glaring at her pretty intensely.
ごめん
I'm sorry.
ちょっ
Guess
と
my reaction was a
オー
bit
バーに
overboard.
驚きすぎたかな
No, I was sorry as well. I'm sorry.
こ
Night
こ
was
そ
running
ごめん
close.
ね。
I was pretty worn out, and I wouldn't hurt to do the rest
最後
tomorrow.
の針は
Doesn't look like we
その
can
ナタじゃないと
can
壊せ
break
そう
the
に
last beam without that
せ
hatchet.
っかく持ってきてくれたんだ
Brought
し
it after all.
明日借
I'll
り
have
る
to borrow it tomorrow, right?
うん。
Okay.
何しょんぼりして
Why do
る
you
んだ
look
よ
so glum? Tomorrow
明
we'll
日
be
には
digging
健
out
太君
Colonel
が追い出
Sanders,
せるん
right?
だぜ
そうだよ
You're
ね。
right, hahaha.
早く健
I
太君
really want to take Colonel Sanders home soon. Both knew that it was useless to apologize any more than that. I quenched my thirst with a barley tea Rena brought and wiped out off the sweat that had now gone cold. Took the path to head home. I felt quite guilty about the tablet wrapped up in my jacket. For a second, I was like, wow, why are we pausing so long here? We done with the chapter? Yep. Oh, the special tablet report wasn't the... What's it called? Wasn't... I can't remember. Wasn't the newspaper we read. Well, let's do both. The Hinamizawa Dam Project. October 1975. In accordance with the Prime Minister's bulletin number, Hinamizawa's electrical development master plan was announced. The vast scope of the project, Hinamizawa Dam, was to have an incredibly heavy impact on the village of Hinamizawa. The area to be flooded by the Hinamizawa Dam will include the 5 areas of Hinamizawa, Takatsudo, Kiyotsu, Matsumoto, and Yagoichi. The submerged area would include 291 houses, population 1,251, 1 elementary school, 1 middle school, 1 post office, 1 agricultural cooperative, 1 forestry development lumberyard, 5 shrines, 2 temples, 1 fishery. All of these communal cultural agricultural areas and places of worships were to be indefinitely submerged at the bottom of the artificial lake basin. Forsaking the hundreds of years of our ancestors poured their blood and sweat into this fertile, resource-rich land was just too painful to bear. All the residents having homes that were to be submerged banded together and created the Onigafuchi Guardians. The dam project was halted. A moment. Dam project was halted and petitions to alter the plan was circulated. By the way, sorry for the pause. I got coffee. The citizens sought peaceful negotiations, but the government and its puppet company openly refused. Performing unspeakable heinous acts, they quashed the democratic actions of the villagers. The villagers did not falter. Instead, they banded together even more closely and steeled their resolve to protect their homes to the death. The continuation of that fighting, the Hinamezawa Dam construction project, is still stalled as of today. The villagers understand that the stalling was caused by the sublime power through unity. They understand that this fearsome plan was not yet fully withdrawn. The Onigufuchi Guardians had been dissolved after it did its part, but the feelings of unity it gathered have not yet been extinguished. As long as that passion resides in the hearts of the residents, they'll be able to confront whoever next decides to sink their homes into the lake basin. Onigafuchi Guardians Committee Chairman Kichiro Kimiyoshi. And special tablet report. Nightmare befalls Hinamezawa Dam. Lynching and murder dismemberment. On day X of month X in XX Prefecture, at the Hinamezawa Dam construction work site in Shishibone City, a bone-chilling, gruesome murder dismemberment. Even though this case had shocked the archipelago, the police will give no details on the case. Exactly what happened at Hinamezawa Dam? They probably didn't mean to kill him at first. Whereas the victims resisted by swinging around a shovel, the rest of the perpetrators armed themselves in return and quickly escalated to homicide. So, said the aforementioned investigator A, after this bloody tragedy was over, they were left with a body which nobody could have mistaken as alive. XX said, tormented by the suspect's daily with his rough behavior, at first it was meant to be payback. All the perpetrators were horrified by their deed, and one even turned himself into the police. It was the de facto leader of the group, XX, who suggested hiding the body. Reluctantly, at first they soon began to think they did not wish to be caught. The construction site had numerous places to hide the body with 6 people. They were originally supposed to hide the body and leave the area. But the de facto leader feared that the consciences of the other 5 wouldn't be able to bear the burden, and came up with a horrifying method to keep them from turning him into the police. He devised the heinous method of splitting up the body among them, and making each of them responsible for hiding a piece. XX had turned a simple manslaughter into a gruesome dismemberment, and forcibly involved each perpetrator in order to create a sense of unity between them. Each one participated. What does this mean? Person A spoke out in reluctance. XX had ordered each and every one of them to dissect a piece for themselves. They were hesitant at first, but nobody refused. In for a penny, in for a pound, was what it meant. Thus an unimaginable bloody ceremony began. The perpetrators wept and vomited as they performed the gruesome task. There was one person who stubbornly refused, but XX threatened them, saying nobody would change if somebody else ended up dead, and he gave up his objections. But XX's plan collapsed in the span of one night. XXX was refused to dissect the corpse up until the last moment, had broken down into tears at the hospital, where he was being treated for injuries sustained during the scuffle, and confessed. The criminals were arrested, one after another. The de facto leader XX's whereabouts are still unknown. Also, the right arm hidden by XX has yet to be found. Despite an ongoing search, this horrible individual has so far managed to elude law enforcement. What could the police be doing? It appears that XX had said he was going to throw the body right arm into the swamp. XX's car was discovered abandoned near the swamp, but there was no clues to his whereabouts. XX didn't trust his companions. One cannot deny the possibility that he had expected his companions to confess to the police and use his car as a decoy. Of course, I doubt the theory. Since he has no car, one would expect him to have a limited area to which he could have escaped to. But within the station there were rumors going around that he had accidentally slipped and drowned in the swamp, when he went to throw away the body. The locals, that swamp is believed to be bottomless. It is known as Onigafuchi, Demon's Abyss, and it's said that the bottom of the swamp is connected to the hellish world of demons. The atrocity demon from the hell that was XX. Could be that he had returned to hell to the swamp. The Zegian Dragon, bringer of luck and fortune, prosperous future, ladies sleeping into your arms, business success, promotions, ambition, protection from harm. Not just with pachinko and the horse races, but business and even love. Guaranteed all your money back. The Zegian Dragon bracelet, DX one piece. 27,800 yen. Tabloids! Cannot believe I was just there was just an ad here. Okay, I'm calling it here. A bit hard to read this much. And it's just reading and nothing else. I do wonder how many chapters there are, but yeah, that's it. Few tips, save and load. Nope, can I not exit? I guess not. It's gonna click continue. Menu and quit. Alright. That's all. Thank you all for joining me. Anyone who was here. Next time, we're gonna go back to the old music just to, hear it. And we're gonna continue reading Higurashi. We're gonna continue straight up tomorrow. And then again the next week. So, yeah. It was pretty good. I was expecting worse from what I've heard. So, quite happy. See you all next time.